cares? Joe Show. There's a 2-mile wait to get past the damn green line.
Anyone who gets hit by a bear in the neighborhood, call Joe Murray.
I happen to trust Joe Murray.
First time I ever met Joe Murray was at a...
Welcome in 98.5 The Sports Hub of Joe Murray. Full show. We're back, baby. Back from the weekend. We got Skaz. We got intern Luke. We got the Patriots in action in preseason game number 1. We got the Red Sox tonight. We got our reactions that we couldn't do last week regarding the Joe Mazzulla extension. How about that statue, baby? You feel chiseled? A lot going on here, and the number for the show is 617-779-0985. You can find us on YouTube. What's up, fam? Just go to youtube.com, search 98.5 The Sports Hub. You should subscribe. That's what I would recommend doing. And we already have friends in there. Ryan's in there. Benny's in there. Skaz is already in there, too, as well. So get it going, everybody. Oh, I see Jake back there. I'll give him a shout-out, too, as well. Where do we start tonight, everybody? Well, how about that Patriots game from over the weekend? And the opening take is presented by Super Service Today, Massachusetts' #1 provider for residential and commercial plumbing, heating, cooling, and drain cleaning, day or night, always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. So, Friday night, right? The Patriots walloped Washington. They scored 48 points. Whee! Couple of takes on it. The day seemed like a new page, turning the page. Tom Brady got his statue. A new regime has taken over with Mike Vrabel now and others. There was a lot of talk about what's expected for the Patriots this year as a team. Effort and finish. Those was some, at least some of the big buzzwords that are happening at camp, or what Mike Vrabel has been stressing to the team. How about opening play of the game? Trevion Henderson takes a kick return to the house, 100 yards in the opening play. I mean, talk about a start, right? Awesome. You got your feels. It was a good, really nice night over at Gillette Stadium, considering how poor their record has been, how poor their play has been at home. It was great to see that. I got a couple other things on Henderson I did want to get into, but the story of the night was Drake Maye and his turnover. And we'll talk a lot about it tonight, but I do want to give him some props on rushing for a touchdown. He looked downfield. He kept the play alive. He stepped up in the pocket. He found clear daylight. So there was some positives. Josh Dobbs also had a rushing touchdown, missed a bad throw in the back of the end zone we'll get to, and hey, you saw Ben Woldridge with a touchdown pass to Efton Chisholm. The offensive line looked better, right? I thought that in the running game they looked almost explosive. And again, hey, listen, I watched a preseason game. I worked the game. I worked all night long. I got home at 2 a.m. So this is where I'm giving you. What did I see? I saw an almost explosive running game is what I saw. The line was getting to the second level, pancake blocking guys, pulling, right? Sometimes they would trap a guy. Like, I haven't seen that stuff from the offensive line in years. So, yeah, I got a little excited. But how many rushing touchdowns did they score? Larison had one. Jennings had one. I mentioned Maye and Dobbs. 4 right there. The team can run block very well. You've seen a competition when it comes to the kickers, right? 57-yarder from Parker Romo. Borregales made all his kicks. It was just a breath of fresh air watching the team score again, watching Gillette Stadium bumping, and really feeling like things are different. 48 points, that's different. People were having fun on the sideline, in the stands. It's just so different than how things have been over the terrible last few seasons. I think it's really good to get that one out of the way. It was a feel-good moment, and I think it was a page-turner. But again, Drake Maye's turnover was the story. For the only home game this preseason, with the Brady statue night and the new-look Patriots, to me, yes, it did feel like a torch passing. They were closing the book on the Brady era. But let's just admit, we're now looking at the Drake Maye era. It's a preseason game. I wish he got more reps. If there's one takeaway I'll have from watching a lot of football this weekend is that they are giving certain guys more reps. Right? Jackson Dart got reps this weekend. A lot of rookies did. Shador Sanders, you name it. You know, Jaden Daniels didn't play, but I did see J.J. McCarthy out there. I saw Joe Milton out there. I think this is what Drake Maye needs. I think he needs more reps. He played 2 years of college. He's 21 years old. He never even got to start the season last year, came in late and missed some time. So I just think he needs more reps. How are they going to manage that now with 2 joint practices against the Vikings this week, and will he even play in the game or get more reps in the game? With the new rules, I don't know how they handle these things anymore. That was one of the discussions this week. They had a joint practice. Even after the play, the fumble, he said it was the first time he got hit all year. And it was his instincts. So how are they going to handle that one this week? I think Drake Maye needs more reps on the football field, everybody. I know you got to worry about his health. There's a lot on the line here. It is the preseason. But for him, I do feel like these reps count. All you heard was how good he was in the joint practices this week and how he was outplaying Jaden Daniels. His footwork looked bad. And I get it. On the play where he had the fumble, there was a breakdown between 2 rookies on the left side. He's got to hang on to that ball. He's not a rookie anymore. We'll move on from it, but if he doesn't do it, we don't make it the focal point of a 48-point win. And I get it. We can only talk about what we've seen. But what I'm seeing is Drake Maye with a bad turnover in a preseason game that needs to get better. I also saw bad footwork from Drake Maye, and I also saw him miss somebody in the back of the end zone. He only played through 5 passes, everybody. It's all I got for you. But there needs to be improvement. How do they handle it this week? And when it comes to effort and finish, there's effort there from Drake Maye, no doubt about it. He's become a team leader. Everyone rallies around him, and people know his potential. Now he's got to finish. If those are the buzzwords that Mike Vrabel has at camp this year, the number one guy who's got to finish, it's Drake Maye. So we'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. I know Mike Vrabel had some comments regarding the fumble of Drake Maye as well. I'll give you some of the good, the bad, and the ugly from the game. Also, the Red Sox in action tonight. Garrett Crochet is on the mound. And I got plenty of other stuff. We'll give our reaction to the statue, Joe Mazzulla's extension. I watched a ton of football over the weekend as well. Bob Cousy spoke about Jaylen Brown, which I thought was very interesting. There's Belichick stuff. There's a Bregman update. We're here all night long until 11 o'clock. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. He also said it at halftime. I was here, so I do post game. I was with Mark Nardero this week. So I like to watch the game on the TV, but also listen to the radio broadcast. So I get a little bit of both. And I believe it was Steve Burton at halftime got Vrabel, and Vrabel goes, "That's on our quarterback. He's got to live for another day." And he's true. It's true. Like, the defense can make stops. Take the sack. Now, it's so funny because, you know, when you think about it, we just lived through the Mac Jones era, and we'll talk about him later tonight. The Mac Jones era, you're like, oh, man, this kid's not so bad. Huh? He get really coached up. He hit his peak and failed. Fell off a cliff. Okay? The problem with Mac was he had no arm strength. And the line stunk, so therefore he couldn't stay in the pocket. Like, there was a lot of things that didn't go Mac Jones' way. I'm sure it could have been handled better. Okay? With Drake Maye has all the ability. He's got the size, the arm strength, the mobility, like the vision. He makes plays. He can do a lot. He's got one win. He has a high turnover ratio. He's one of the top players in the league. I saw two today when it came to Drake Maye. Warren Sharp had one from Sharp Analysis, and I'm trying to remember who the other one was, but there were two rankings this week when it came to where quarterbacks rank. Let's just say for the most part, Drake Maye falls in anywhere from 19 to 23 when it comes to rankings in the NFL. I just feel like that's right. Now, he's not Kenny Pickett level number 34 in the league or anything like that. But I do think that at least there's I don't want to use the word reputation. But what we know of Drake Maye at this point is he turns the ball over. And he had a built-in excuse, right? He had a built-in excuse. The line was bad. The coaching was bad. The receivers couldn't get open. I just don't feel like that's the case with this year's team. It's just not the case. So let me just give you some of the notes that I had regarding Drake Maye from the game. Again, I watched the whole thing. I tried to analyze it, and all I can give you is what I saw. The bad, you can't fumble the ball. Yes, there was a breakdown by two rookies. Right on the left side, it was a little bit of I wouldn't call it a stunt, but, a little bit of a move over there. They both got confused. It was a missed assignment. His footwork's bad, so what did he do? He backtracked, and then when he should have taken the sack, he looked around still to keep the play alive, which was they're trying to do, so I get what he was doing. His comment, though, was it was the first hit he took all year, and that was what his instinct had him do. So his instinct was to turn the ball over. Again, it's preseason. You want him to make these mistakes now so they don't go over until the regular season. If I haven't said that yet, there you go, everybody. But I didn't think his footwork was great, especially inside the pocket. Now, around the red zone, I did, especially on that rushing touchdown. I thought that was really good. He had another one earlier where he ran the field, saw the vision, and just had a really nice slide. I give him credit for that. That's advancement. That's improving. No doubt about it. He missed a throw in the back of the end zone. I thought he should have had one. So there's just no question that Drake Maye has an ability to run. I think it's something he really can use and makes him different than a lot of other quarterbacks. But he's not Josh Allen, everyone. Josh Allen's a beast. He's a physical runner, powerful runner. Drake Maye is, you see the field, he's got great vision. Go get the free yards. So it was nice to see the slide. That was great. But I am at the point where I believe Drake Maye does need more reps. I keep talking about this, but, Bo Nix played a lot of college football. Michael Penix, right? Jaden Daniels. There's just a lot of guys who played a lot of college football that when they got their chance to start in the NFL, they were game ready. And I just think that Drake Maye wasn't set up last year to be drafted. He was supposed to be groomed and to sit on the bench after his only 2 years of college football. So I still think we're seeing some of the growing pains, but we are also seeing progression. Just to move on here, when it comes to a couple of more, I did not like what I saw from Josh Dobbs. I get it. He's the backup quarterback. He's here not to compete with Drake Maye. That's why he's here. He knows the offense. He had a nice little run, too. He missed Kyle Williams down the sideline on a wide-open throw that he underthrew. Like, Williams, I give him credit. He got open for it. But my only thing is, how does Williams improve? How does he develop when the backup quarterback can't throw him the ball when he's open down the field? So I didn't like what I saw from Dobbs at all. But I know why he's here. Oh, Jalen Polk got hurt and left the game. He won't practice this week. I think he's closer to the injured reserve than another roster spot. Just another thing regarding Drake Maye. Last year, the Vikings saw J.J. McCarthy in camp. He lit it up. He was their first round pick. He lit it up. Got injured, obviously. I think you need that type of game for Drake Maye. Just a little bit of confidence, show more urgency, more command of the offense. Let him play with the ones. See what you can do with a Kyle Williams in there. Maybe look for Pop Douglas. So I don't know how they handle joint practices, two of them. Are they going to use both of those joint practices as the game-ready action? So when the game comes, Drake doesn't play? I feel like that's just, he needs the reps. He needs them. Now, I don't know if he'll play the third preseason game. I don't know. I don't believe there's joint practices for that game either. But how do they handle two joint practices and then a game? I'm almost curious if he's out there. We're going to talk to Michael Hurley later on tonight. He's from the Pats Chat, right? You guys know Hurley. And has been doing some work with NBC Sports Boston. So we'll talk to him coming up in just a little bit. But your overall thoughts on Drake Maye? I got a lot more on the rest of the night. I saw a lot of positives, only a couple of negatives for the most part. But it was refreshing to see some well-coached football is what I will call it. But for Drake Maye, it's a preseason game. Make your mistakes now. I don't like that I saw it, that he turned the football over. He's got to go down with it. But I do want to defend him to a point where he needs more reps in this offense. He really does. 617-779-0985. Let's talk to Randy. He's in Providence. What's up, Randy?
Hey, how you doing today?
How you doing, bud?
I'm all right. I was pretty encouraged by what I saw on Friday night, I think. I've been thinking that this team is going to be kind of a real short, quick throw, almost like West Coast passing game. And I think that's what we saw on Friday night. Drake Maye had like an average depth of target of 5.5 yards. Only had a couple throws there, the 1-2 series. But still, 2.46 seconds time to throw. And that would put him right on top of the league. And that's what you want, especially when you got a left tackle that you're not sure can hang out on an island, right? And even if he could, he's a rookie. So you want to get that ball out quick. And I think that's what we're going to do a lot of this year. We saw 31 runs and 29 throws. I would be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw even a little more run heavy throughout the season. What do you think about the game overall? What do you think about that as our game plan?
So, for the most part, I'm going to tell you, this is the reason when it was announced that Mike Vrabel was going to come over and be the be the coach of the team. This is what I didn't want. I didn't want a coach to come in here and rely on the running game. Like how many teams in the league rely on it?
Zigging?
What's that?
Do you think there's value in zigging when the rest of the league is zagging?
I think maybe for Drake Maye's sake, it might not be a bad idea leaning on the offense where he can find some spots, coach it up.
Well, and as a longtime New England fan, I'm 44, so I've been watching New England for,
43. Yeah.
35 years or whatever, so that I can remember anyway. And I remember early in the Brady years, he talked, and you can't help but compare the two, right? Like, you have to compare at least the idea of a development curve, right? Like, not necessarily the expectations. Nobody, obviously different draft slots, et cetera, but early in the Brady years, he used to talk all the time about taking what the defense gives you. Mm-hmm. And it was like, that was the constant stress, is take what the defense gives you, don't make mistakes. And I just think that Mike and Josh were in the building then. Josh was part of the process. He wasn't the main part yet, but he was still a part of the process. He was still a part of the guys in the room. And I just think that you've got to look at that development curve a little bit, and if you look at them trying to bring up Drake in a similar way, you've got this. I think one thing that I would really like to see is more yards after catch by the receivers. It's 5.5 yards average depth of target, 6 yards per throw average. Yep. That's not going to get it done. Yep, we got to get away from the defense once you got the ball in your hands.
Appreciate you, Randy. Good call. Good stuff. Hey, listen, in 2018, they relied on Sony Michel in the running game, and it got them to a Super Bowl. And when Brady needed to make the big throw, he made it. I do think that for the most part, Drake Maye takes what the defense gives him. I think his problem is when they're down in games, he forces it, especially down the sideline. And that's where his turnovers happen. So, listen, I want to see more reps. All I have is the five attempts that he took. So I'm sure there's people that are listening being like, oh, my God, it's just preseason. Get off him. I want to. But I also think he needs more reps. Both things can be true. We'll take a quick break here. The phone number, once again, 617-779-0985. I see all our friends on YouTube tonight. Wow, we got a lot of people watching, huh? Skaz, what'd you think, man? We can do it on the other side too. Oh, there he is. He's got his head set on. What are you and Luke talking about back there? Did Luke bring a box of food with him tonight?
Some sock stock, sock stock with Luke usually. But yeah, I'm with you, Joe. I thought it was a fine game on Friday night. I think the big story was Henderson looked good. Kyle Williams. I saw some people cutting up Kyle Williams tape, so that's always a good sign. Yeah, Drake Maye is going to turn the ball over. He's going to. He's not going to just magically stop. We just have to hope that Josh McDaniels can, rein it in and just make Drake Maye a better decision maker, a more complete quarterback. So,
do you think that fumble had something to do with Josh McDaniels, though? Because he even said it was his own instincts. It was the first. He said it, and this goes back to maybe Bedard's point of the easy camp. The first time he got hit, Skaz, he fumbled the ball.
Yeah, maybe you want to see him get hit a little more. I mean, you don't want to see your quarterback get hit often, but maybe they need a little bit more of that. If that's his first instinct when he gets hit is to fumble the football, I would say that's not great.
Not good. Again, it's one preseason. Do you think he needs more reps?
Yes. He hasn't played quarterback that long. Like you mentioned Bo Nix, you mentioned Jaden Daniels. Like these guys are 3-4 years older than Drake Maye, and they've played a lot more football.
How
than
about
him.
Brock Purdy? Right,
yeah, another guy.
I mean, Dak Prescott played many years at Texas A&M. Ended up getting an opportunity, played well. I'm just using guys that Justin Herbert, right, played a lot of reps at Oregon. I'm just thinking of guys that had a lot of experience in college. They seem to be able to at least pick it up faster in the NFL.
I'm with you. There's tons of guys like that. Jalen Hurts was one of them too.
Case Keenum played 8 years in college. He's still in the damn league.
Yeah, we don't.
I know.
I don't want a Brandon Whedon situation either. We don't need to go that far. But yeah, Drake Maye hasn't played a ton of football. He needs to play more football. I think that's pretty simple to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, your thoughts on the game from this week? I do have thoughts on the Red Sox from the weekend. They're not good, everybody. I blame one person for the weekend. I'll tell you who that is after the headline here. I'm Joe Murray, 98 from the Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Patriots had practice once again today. They prepare for joint practices with the Vikings this week They have made a signing, adding defensive tackle Kyle Pico. He played for Mike Vrabel with Tennessee, Josh McDaniels in Oakland, and Vegas, and Terrell Williams in Detroit. Hey, the AP number 1 team in the top 25 is Texas. How about that? Red Sox in Houston tonight. Garrett Crochet looking to stop their 2-game losing streak. They have made a couple of roster moves. Giovanni Moran and Ali Sanchez. He's a catcher. They were called up today. David Hamilton. He's sent back down along with Chris Murphy, Nick Birdie, DFA. Headlines are brought to you by Valve Venus and Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 50% off your next round through oil change at Valve Venus and Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 90.
second. Showing a bunt, flicks it foul.
Don't be so concerned with bunting for a hit. And that's what that looked like. If you're going to bunt, just put it down. Your speed instantly puts pressure on whoever fields it, even if it's a guy like Manny Machado. That, to me, looked more like a bunt for a hit.
Lunged at it, and he missed it.
Hey, see how he's falling out of that zone? He's almost like he's running first. If it's just a sack bunt, don't move until you see the ball down. Or at least I get taking a shot in the first one. Put the pressure on the D if you can do it. It's an area where he can maybe improve on, bunting for hits. But once you do that the first time, the second time you got to just square and put it down.
And he'll foul that one back, and he is out on strikes.
He's still moving out of the box.
Not a good effort by Hamilton.
I mean, watch, just stay there. See that last body action going towards first base? That's taking his eye off the ball just that split second. Did 3 times in a row.
Bunt, but he couldn't. And today he got sent back down to the minors. Maybe they're going to teach him how to bunt. I don't know. But it was very pad that some people have as Wally or Bryce Harper has as the Philly fanatic or whatever. I think if he didn't wear that stupid pad, he would have been safe. And I get it. It's to protect the wrist. But if he has fingers, Luke, his fingers would have stayed on the bag. His actual fingers would have stayed on the bag. Even with a batting glove, it would have stayed on the bag. Anyways, he was out. They reviewed a play that was huge for them. Do you know what the manager did for the Red Sox? He left Lucas Giolito in the game to throw 4 straight walks. All right? Who walked somebody 4 times in a row? Now, I looked it up. It did happen once this year for the Red Sox, but it was 2 different pitchers. I can't remember the last time I watched somebody in my life walk 4 straight guys and leave them in the game. Oh, so the manager did that. You know what else the manager did? On a steal to third, he didn't review it, which looked out to me. I thought Cora absolutely cost the team the game on Saturday night. And you know who bailed him out? Roman Anthony. His RBI double, which I kind of wish didn't bounce into the stands there. But anyways, can you get a bunt down in the 10th inning? You are what you are, David Hamilton. That's all you should do. Well, now that you're going back down to the minors, you should just learn how to bunt all day long. That loss was frustrating. That loss was on Cora. And I haven't been able to say that in a while. That one was on Cora. Didn't review the stolen base. Left Giolito in for 4 straight. He should have went to Matz, by the way. Why'd you trade for Matz if you're not going to go to him against a lefty? What are you doing? They couldn't get the bunt down. Was ridiculous. Horrible. And then yesterday, I read this article about the Red Sox having the best outfield in baseball, which maybe statistically they do. Do you have any balls dropped in front of them yesterday in the game? It was an annoying weekend to watch Red Sox baseball. It was annoying. You know, I do think the Padres have a really good bullpen. And may I just bring up the fact that the Red Sox once again are struggling when it comes to the third time in the order offensively, or how about just late in games? Do you know they had 20 strikeouts in this series? 20. From the bullpen of the Padres. Not good. Not good. I blame Cora for the weekend that it was. Oh, but guess who they get today? The Houston Astros. And Garrett Crochet looks to stop the 2-game losing streak. The Sox lose their first series in a couple of series now. I was looking at some of the betting numbers for tonight, Skaz. I know you guys are talking a little baseball back there. Over, under Garrett Crochet strikeouts tonight, 8.5.
I would lean under because it's the Astros. I think that's a good number, though. It's a better number than the Patriots win total. I'll say that for 8.5.
Red Sox are favored tonight.
I like that. Well, it's Crochet. That's why.
I think they're a different team on the road, Skaz.
Bad?
I think at home they're up to some shenanigans.
Some what, I'm sorry?
Shenanigans?
The numbers would indicate that.
The road. Did you see that Saturday night game?
Yeah, so I made the mistake of watching too much Red Sox baseball this weekend. I watched, I had the Patriots and the Red Sox on Friday night. I had the Sox on Saturday.
The Red Sox on Friday was beautiful.
Great on Friday, but Saturday
they were doing the airplane thing.
I thought that was one of Cora's worst performances of the year.
Thank you.
The Giolito thing, like he didn't have it. Like you knew in the first inning, second inning, he didn't have it.
I actually give Giolito props for hanging in there.
Yeah, well, they left him. They left him out there to throw.
They left him out to dry.
Yeah, so I did not think Alex Cora had a good night on Saturday.
Would you have pinch run David Hamilton in that spot?
I don't like when David Hamilton has a bat in his hands. I'm not a fan of that as a Red Sox fan, so I would have done anything I could to take the bat out of David Hamilton's hands.
Well, he pinch ran for Yoshida.
Yeah, I know, but I wouldn't.
Did you think it was the right call to send him?
Probably, yes.
But because he wears that stupid glove.
Well, they were trying to make something happen on the road. Like, I get that whole thing. I'm just not a David Hamilton guy.
He got sent back down there.
Yeah, not great. Now you got new catcher coming up. Another relief pitcher coming up.
Ali Sanchez, right?
Yes.
I wonder what that means for the captain.
Narvaez, hopefully he's back soon. I don't know if they're going to carry 3 catchers. From Luke, Narvaez in there tonight.
Oh, he is. For Crochet, of course. Who's been catching him, by the way? Has it been Wong?
I mean, Narvaez has been catching everybody until he got hurt.
Yeah, imagine having to go with Connor Wong all weekend. He had a couple of hits.
Hey, no.
Friday night. All right. Did you see the statue?
Yeah, I thought the statue was fine.
All right, hang on.
It was fine.
Hang on to that thought. You can talk about the Red Sox if you want. 617-779-0985. If you want to do some statue stuff, we'll do that next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
Dad jokes. Tom Brady had a statue made for him at Gillette Stadium by RKK and crew. So, can't wait to see how all that goes. So, my original thoughts on the night and the statue. First off, I got Breakfast Club vibes. You know, don't you forget about me. Ba-da-doo-doo. You know, the fist in the air. So that's what I got. That was my take. That's what I think. And it's fine. If they did something else, you would have hated it. If they did the Lombardi Trophy, the QB sneak, what else? The Let's Go. You guys would have hated it. Nothing would have made anybody happy, Skess.
Nah, I don't fully agree with that. I'm with you, though, that the statue's fine. The detail, I think, is very good. I think the two biggest gripes are that there's no emotion. You know, Brady was a pretty emotional guy. I think some sort of emotion, some sort of moment should have been incorporated. And then, yeah, his head's a little small. But as far as statues go, does it look like the person? That statue looks very much like Tom Brady. So I think it's a fine statue.
Well, I did this yesterday with Lift Shots. The Philly special's horrible. The Peyton Manning one I don't like. The
Dirk has a good statue.
Oh, Dwayne Wade's is terrible.
Dwayne Wade's is bad.
Ronaldo's terrible.
The worst are Dwayne Wade, Ronaldo, and Brandy Chastain has a horrible one as well.
Is it her taking her shirt off?
It's that one, yes. Wow. And then they have like a plaque also, and the plaque looks, me and Jake were looking at it before the show, it looks more like Rex Ryan than it does Brandy Chastain.
I saw Andy Murray,
not a good one as well. That's a good one. That's a deep cut.
I'm fine with it. A Lombardi Trophy in the air, I would have liked.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like an NFL thing there where like but it's Tom Brady, it's the Patriots. You figure they could have figured something else out there. I don't know.
I just think a let's go first down would be fine. That's fine. Hey, whatever it was, I'm telling you, people would have had a problem with it.
The detail was great though. Like I think the base is very cool. Like he's the Under Armour cleats on. He's got the wristband on the arm. So overall, as far as statues go, it's fine.
Yeah. It could have been worse. That's just the way I look at it. It could have been worse. Here's one thing I wanted to mention that this was a big takeaway for me, and I was wondering if you heard it, Skess. So before they unveiled the statue, there was a quote from Robert Kraft that essentially was like Tom Brady was a feeling. And I agree so much. I sometimes when it's like, you know, hey, it's Tom, we love Tom, da 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 da. I actually think that Kraft thought it out, wrote it out, wanted to talk about exactly what the statue meant to him. And I felt it. And you know, when Kraft said that Tom Brady was a feeling, I think he was right. I thought it was a really good quote there by Robert Kraft regarding because Tom Brady is a feeling. He always made you believe. He always made you think they were in the game. You always thought that he could come back. You just always thought he was the guy that was going to win. That's a feeling. You won't get that anymore.
It's because he was that guy.
He was a feeling. I know he's a human, but he had you believe.
Just to that point too, like the difference between when Kraft spoke and when Brady spoke. Like, love Brady. He's one of my favorite athletes ever. The GOAT, all that. He's still like a little goofy. Like he's still like that goofy. I don't want to call him a nerd. He's not a nerd, but he's just like it's like cheesy.
It's like humble and dad jokes.
Yes, and I guess that's like part of the reason why he's even. You can't call him relatable anymore because he's too big. But like it humanizes him a little bit, I guess. Just that he's still like that goof because he can't shake it no matter how much money he gets. I will say he did look great though. He looked really good.
He went over to the card shop, Card Vault. He even went on a stream.
No, there you go.
With Matty V, our buddy.
Look at that.
He went on a stream with Matty V, and everyone's like, holy crap, it's Tom Brady. Like, they freaked out, and then he just started signing packs of cards. So he did it all. He brought his kids with him. Brian Hoyer got to hang out. They brought him on the field.
Wes Welker was there. He works for the Commanders, so he was able to be in attendance. I think he's their wide receivers coach.
Was he making it rain?
I did not see any of that.
Oh. The statue. Well, someone's got questions for me about utility players. Now I'm interested. Sean is in Methuen. Sean.
Hey, what's going on, Joe?
How you doing?
I just wanted to comment on, think of what your thoughts were on the debacle that Cora has done this season with the right side of the infield, with the whole like lefty-righty matchups.
I think he's been really good at it. To be honest with you, I think he's been really good at it. Something he flexed on before the Devers trade was how in 2018, that's how they won. He was really good at managing certain matchups. He's been doing it. I just think Toro's starting to struggle now. Rafaela's starting to struggle now. All those guys that they relied on, they're starting to get figured out. Thanks, dude. Good call. Yeah, the other night was a disaster from Cora. That was a masterpiece of a disaster. Crochet tonight to stop a losing streak, everybody. I don't know. I'm kind of this is the night, guys, where I want to bet. I got a feeling tonight Crochet gets knocked around. So save that one when he has 11 strikeouts later and a shutout. If I was betting on it, I'm sniffing the Astros for some reason, but I could be wrong. All right. Let's hit the top of the hour headline here. More on the Patriots. What else did you see? What else was good? We'll tell you coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
From the Telfair Time Studios, WBZ FM and HD1.
It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Paisley Media Group Station.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Patriots at practice today. They get ready for their joint practices with Minnesota this week. Their second preseason game will be this Saturday afternoon. The Pats did sign defensive tackle Kyle Pico today. Played for Vrabel, McDaniels, and Terrell Williams. College football. Well, Texas ranked number 1 in the top 25 AP poll today. So they'll have Arch Manning as their quarterback. Red Sox in Houston tonight. Garrett Crochet on the mound. Looking to stop a 2-game losing streak. And they did make a couple of roster moves today. Giovanni Moran and Ali Sanchez up. David Hamilton, Chris Murphy down. Nick Birdie out. Headlines, they are brought to you by Eastern Mass's leader in drain cleaning and pipelining. Drains by James. Slow drain, clog drain. You need to contact Drains by James today at drainsbyjames.com. I'm Joe Murray. Your next update soon.
To us, Boston pride runs deep.
I'm a Bostonian!
This is Boston's home for sports.
Bow, bow, bow!
98.5 The Sports Hub.
Ball teed up to our right at the 35. The Patriots to our left in the dynamic kickoff setup, deploying 2 return men. And the kick is airborne to the right side at the goal line, right foot on the goal line. Henderson takes it straight ahead. Travion across the 20, 25 with a seam and a cut right past the 40. Slips a hit to the 50. Only the kicker down, run to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Goodbye! Touchdown, Patriots!
Special talent from the rookie running back, second-round pick out of Ohio State, Travion Henderson, seconds into his first professional game. I know it doesn't count, Bob, but it does matter. And to have that kind of success this early in the preseason, not only for Henderson, but for that special teams unit, people have to be fired up. I noticed Elijah Ponder with a pancake block there, Bob, to help spring that for the score.
And Seth Rollins right now on my television, so it makes me want to go, whoa. Oh, now it's CM Punk. Hey, everybody, we're here tonight until 11 o'clock, talking a little Pats. How about that? Travion Henderson, 100 yards to the house. Well, know what I was impressed about on the play? He gets to the 30-yard line. He's got one man to beat, and all of a sudden he hit like the nitrous. Whew. The acceleration on that man was incredible. Now, I don't have to hype you up about this guy. Did you watch the national championship game? Did you see what he did against Notre Dame? He took a nice little screen pass to the house for 80 yards. The guy has been doing this for years in college. That's why they selected him in the second round. They could have traded for him. They didn't because they know what he can do. And I'm telling you right now, I'll go back to all the running backs the Patriots have had. They've had many different body types. Going back to Curtis Martin, who was a Hall of Famer, Corey Dillon, who was a beast, who's a subpar Hall of Famer. And then you want to just keep going. Antoine Smith was a big, burly back, right? They transitioned into him. They went with other guys after that. They had the Lawrence Maroney run. If you remember that one, he fumbled the ball and always just danced too much. They always found a guy, though, whether it was Benjavis Green Ellis, right? They found Danny Woodhead, who was outstanding. They drafted Shane Vereen and Stephen Ridley, and I can go on and on and on. You know, when they got LeGarrette Blount, that was Blount forced trauma, right? The guy that was just so good around the goal line. They got James White, who was one of the best pass-catching backs. I should have mentioned Kevin Falk from years ago, who was a star player in college, and almost want to compare the two. Kevin Falk, what he did in college football to what Travion Henderson did, I almost wonder who was a better college player. I'd probably say Falk. And how Falk got going with the Patriots was he was a kick returner. I believe he had a touchdown against the Raiders when, like, the late 90s, if I recall. So I think that they've never had a back with the explosion that he has. The acceleration that he has, the pass catching ability. He is a 3-down running back. Now, it's still going to, we'll see how it translates for the team. But I think so far what we saw in that preseason game is they're going to be a run-first team. Although they have Drake Maye, I think they're going to run a lot of motion to try to get runs and move the ball downfield and try to set up the run for throwing plays. It's perfect. It's genius, and it will keep Drake Maye out of turnover situations. As long as they win, I don't think they'll care about his numbers. So I think his number this year is like 4,000 for yards. Who cares? What I saw was the impact of Travion Henderson on other people, such as Ramondre Stevenson. Ramondre Stevenson looked like he lost anywhere from 10 to 15 pounds. He looked leaner, thinner, ran just as hard. He held the ball a little bit different, so maybe he's working on a fumbling issue. I saw other running backs do that over the years, whether it was Tiki Barber did it, right, when he had some fumbling issues. So I think that the Travion Henderson stuff's going to impact Ramondre Stevenson, but also I think Antonio Gibson can now help as a kick returner and actually be your third back, not so much a pass-catching back. Between the three of them, they can all run between the tackles and catch. I'm almost curious if they carry a fourth running back at this point. They're probably going to. Lan Larison got placed on injured reserve. He scored a touchdown. They like Jennings. They just brought JaMychal Hasty back. So, I mean, as far as the team goes, they might have three bell cows. But Henderson's the difference maker. You get him open in space, he's gone. I mean, you saw it and maybe he'll be a kick returner. Maybe Gibson's a part of that. Maybe Javon Baker, who's starting to now show his worth on the team a little bit more than some other guys. All I can tell you is this. I think the run-first mentality is probably what the team needs to do. It's also why I didn't want Mike Vrabel this year. I don't know how many teams can be a run-first team and be competitive in this league. I don't know. Right? The Ravens are that way. The Titans were that way with Derrick Henry. I mean, I guess if you want to look at the Eagles, the thing with the Eagles is that they have this incredible offensive line. Are the Raiders trying to do that with Ashton Genty and Raheem Mostert? I don't know if running the football and having a two-headed monster or a three-headed monster or whatever is the way to win in the Super Bowl these days. I just don't know. I still think it's about your quarterback and your defense, but whatever. What do I know? But that's one takeaway is that I think they're going to be a run-first team this year. 617-779-0985. I mentioned we're going to talk to Michael Hurley from the Pats Chat, NBC Sports Boston as well. Wanted to just go over a couple other things that I noticed in the game. Milton Williams really stood out to me. Man, can he get in the backfield and hold his ground. He made a really nice play on a run play that came right back to the middle on a cut. Robert Spillane's going to be really good in the middle. He can really clog up the middle. Jabril Peppers, although was a safety, was playing a lot of nickel. And I think if he can adjust to that, be that third corner in those nickel situations, they might truly need a free safety. Kyle Duggar's played back there, but he's been repping with the second group of late. And Craig Woodson led the defense in tackles. He's the safety out of Cal, who played with Jalen Hawkins at Cal as well. DJ James had a nice interception in the game. I think he should be a part of the defense. I know yesterday he might have went to the tent. Not sure if he was back at practice today, but I think he's solidified himself as a fourth corner on the roster. One takeaway, I'm not sure if there's a spot for Anthony Jennings, who, when they were using Chason and Landry as their pass rushers. Didn't see much of Jennings in there. One other note, when it comes to the defensive play caller, we all know about Terrell Williams. He's been battling with some health issues, but he was up in the booth calling the defensive plays. Everything looked pretty good on that end of it. So I'm sure there'll be more on him. Maybe he does go down to the field in the next game, but wanted to at least just point that out when it came to the defense. But, not much I could take away from it. There was just a lot of backups playing for Washington. I also thought, hitting a 57-yard field goal was pretty good for Parker Romo. That's going to be a battle to the end. I don't think they're going to keep two guys. I think they'll probably keep the drafted guy, but wonder if there's a team that could trade for maybe Parker Romo if they were interested. Should mention one more time, Jalen Polk. Jesus. Just a sad situation. Really sad. We got Tommy and Lynn. What's up, Tommy?
No, it's Ray. They always put me in the wrong thing, but sorry about that, Joe.
Ray and Lynn. Okay, Ray, how you doing, buddy?
It's Ray in Cumberland. But, Joe, I was going to call you tonight on Ramondre Stevenson. I was at the game with Tommy from Lynn on Friday night.
Wait, are you the guy? Do I know you? I met you?
Yeah. That's how it gets goofed up.
I got you. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you, bud?
Good, dude.
Good. I was going to call you tonight on Ramondre Stevenson. You kind of beat me to the punch, but I think he looks very good in his losing the weight. He looked quick. He looked a lot better than he did last year and the year or two, so I hope he can get past the fumbling situation. But my question for you tonight is, do you think that Josh McDaniels will try to use a little RPO offense with Drake Maye and the new rookie running back?
The only thing I'm worried about with an RPO is a bad exchange, and I don't know if they want to have Drake Maye in a turnover situation. You know what I mean? Like that.
No, I agree with that. I was just looking at it from the speed angle, and May's good, getting off the. I agree with that. It was just a question.
No, it's a good one. I know. Did you notice a new defense? Did you notice? Did you notice that? I mean, not the defense. The defense, I could tell by the gap spaces. But I'm talking offensively. Did you notice that the McDaniels offense was back?
Yes, and they were, the linemen were covering a lot of ground. I don't know how to say it technically, but they do move pretty good on the runs.
Oh yeah, they were pulls, stretches, all that stuff. They were moving, no doubt about it.
Well, it was good to hear from you, my friend, and keep rocking it like always.
You got it, my man. I'll see you around. Take care. All right, bye-bye. I see that guy with Tommy and Lynn. I think that's why he popped up as Tommy and Lynn. But I've met him with Tommy and Lynn, so that's how
He's the driver, I believe.
He is, yes, exactly. He's come to a lot of events. Does it look like we just had a Bregman beer?
A little revenge for Alex Bregman. A little welcome home party for Alex Bregman, his first at-bat back in Houston.
Remember that whole Red Sox smell a weird game tonight? That's not a good start. Told you.
Crochet's about to have an immaculate inning.
He's going to have 11,
the bottom half.
He's going to have 11 strikeouts and pitch a shutout. I don't know. Tonight I wasn't feeling him. Wasn't feeling him. All right. Well, let's talk to Michael Hurley. I haven't heard from him in a while. What the hell's he doing? I'm sure he's got thoughts on the Patriots and the statue and all that. Well, we'll do that coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.
Pats. Preseason game number 1 in the books. The Red Sox on as well. They're up 2-0 at the moment. Alex Bregman went deep against his old team, so we'll keep you updated on that. But let's welcome in a friend of the show who's we've had on. I haven't talked to him in a while, but it's Michael Hurley, he of the Pats Chat, him and Doug Gutt. Also writes over at NBC Sports Boston. Mike, how are you tonight, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
How are you? Well, let's get this. Can we get the statue stuff out of the way first?
Yeah.
So, what did you think of the statue? Are you happy with the statue? What's your overall thoughts on the Brady statue?
First of all, it's a good place to start. Like, that's what you got to come to me for, is like statue talk.
Yeah.
I think ultimately, like, headline, it's fine, right? Like it's not worth being a riot over. They didn't screw it up to the point where it's a meme and it's like an international joke. So all of that is fine. I don't think I'm the only one with this feeling. There's 20 years of photographic evidence of Tom Brady being the greatest, and you just made up a pose. It just I don't know why you had to go fiction with that one when you could have chosen a real life one. But ultimately, I think it's fine. But that would be my biggest complaint. And I know everyone says small head, but I don't know. I'd have to see it in person. That wasn't one of my initial takeaways.
So I liked the speech by Robert Kraft. Basically said, people may forget what you do or say, but they cannot forget how you made them feel. Tom made us feel invincible for over 20 years, and he was a feeling, right? Like he always felt like Tom would win or the Patriots would win. I usually don't listen to a lot of Kraft stuff, but I thought that was a great comment.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. If you do it too much, the stat people get mad at you or whatever. But there's not a coincidence that Tom Brady won as much as he did. And the biggest evidence of that, unfortunately for the Patriots, is when he went to Tampa, an organization that hadn't been in the playoffs since winning the Super Bowl in 2002, and immediately just drilled into everyone's mind what they were doing. Remember when they won the NFC Championship game in Green Bay? One of the team, I don't know if it was like Levante David, someone was crying in the locker room. And he went up to their face and said, "You haven't won anything yet. Stop crying." Like, he is that, and he brought that and sort of created that here. And obviously, Kraft did start that speech by saying, "Geez, I hope this is a sign of the support we're going to get this year." And it's like, well, if you get rid of players like Tom Brady, the support's going to wane a little bit because he was just beyond special. So I want to see it. Have you seen it?
Oh, I haven't been in person, but you know what? I'll take everybody's word for it. How about that?
All right. It looked good when people were taking pics on the way out, like at night when there's no one around. It looked pretty cool.
You know what is funny, though? I do say, hey, meet me at the Bobby Orr statue or meet me at the Ted Williams statues. So I guess I do have a history of saying meet me at the statue.
Well, there you go. I say meet me at the bat. I don't like to miss the anthem.
That's that. Well, I'm glad you don't like to miss the anthem. Sometimes I never make, at Fenway, sometimes I never make it to the seats. I just stay in the concourse and drink. Anyways, there was a game this week, though, Mike. And I think the biggest takeaway is the turnover by Drake Maye. At least mine was. It was a breakdown with the two rookies. But he said it was the first time he was hit all camp. And it was his instinct to try to make a play. Like, I hated hearing that. That's something I thought he would learn. I know it's a preseason game and it's not a real game yet, but that's my biggest takeaway and just something that can't happen and when he has the history of turnovers.
Right, and that's been, topic 1, 2, and 3 for him all camp is you can't turn it over as much. And he had 10 interceptions last year. He fumbled 9 times. I think he only lost 2 of them. So turnovers were an issue. And I don't want to say I wiped that away last year, but he was literally taking the snap and running for his life every snap. And I felt like this summer they've been saying, all right, listen, we are going to build you up with baby steps. We're going to uncoach whatever happened last year. So for that to happen on the opening series, it's kind of like sports radio gold, obviously, because it's just there, but it's also kind of necessary. But I think if there's a silver lining in it, it was that the actual turnover was the physical mistake of the ball slipping out. Whereas if he could have just thrown it away, which he was trying to do, it's not a turnover. But he's 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage, making a bad play. So definitely, I mean, I guess you can use that excuse. I haven't been hit since last January once. You can use that excuse once. So we'll see if he has an improved ball security focus this week.
Do you think Drake Maye should play longer in preseason games, considering that a lot of the quarterbacks who have success played multiple years of college? I'm talking 5, 6, multiple colleges as well. he's only played 2 seasons and last year. Do you think he should be playing more reps in the preseason?
I think he could have benefited from another couple, especially because it's not like Washington was playing their best players, which should theoretically have protected him a little bit. But it feels like it's in line with everything at camp, where they're definitely not full throttle down there. There's I don't want to call them veteran rest days, but they definitely don't seem to be pounding everyone to get out there no matter what. So it seems to be in line with their really slow build to the season. But I think certainly you're right, because if he's saying after the game, I haven't been hit since, week 17, and even then he played for about 10 seconds in that game. So really, or week 18, excuse me. I think there would have been benefit to that. I don't know. I think the joint practice probably takes away from that. And I think that kind of stinks for everyone that, isn't among the 5,000 people that get to see that in person. It's definitely a hit for everyone that wants to see a quarterback play. So I think that's probably why he didn't, and probably won't this week again, I would guess.
Yeah, I people try to tell me that when you have 2 joint practices, generally you won't see the quarterback in a preseason game. And urgency. I think I might have heard you just say that. Maybe there isn't a lot of that there. I don't know. Don't the Patriots need to show a little bit more urgency? I know it's preseason. I'll relax. All right. It's not the real deal yet, but I don't know. Maybe a little bit of urgency here to start the year. If it's been such a light camp, why don't you go hard this weekend and kind of ease it in going into the season?
It's fair. And Vrabel obviously deep down inside would love to do that, but I think he understands the NFL now. And also, every day you open up Twitter and you see some new lineman or someone has torn a meniscus or torn an ACL. And so I think there is an element of just, there's no reason to go crazy right now, but I do think it's going to be his challenge, Vrabel's challenge, to turn that corner. But you do have to, again, remember, once they got rid of the 4th preseason game, that 3rd preseason game, and then there's it feels like an eternity before the actual season begins. So I get it, but when you're trying to completely change the way a franchise is going, I can see the desire to just sort of be like, you got to have a little bit more urgency, and I guess we haven't seen that at all.
All right, we're talking with Michael Hurley. You can check him out on the world-famous Patch Chat with our good friend Doug Kind as well. You guys did a podcast on some takeaways. What were some of your other takeaways from the preseason game?
Let's see. Well, Travion Henderson, I'm going to steal Doug's take. Doug was like, he is top of the depth chart already. He's ready to put him there, and I'll take Doug's word for it. He's been there every day. But that, you're excited for a kid's career, and he takes the opening kick back for a touchdown. I think there's reason for people. You've always seen those elite backs around the league, and maybe now you can have one if they use them properly. I like that. Defensively, I noticed 3 pass breakups. Marcus Jones had one where I forget the receiver was, where he basically got pushed off. The guy makes the catch, and he just jumps on the guy, reaches in, and burrows in there all the way to the ground to break it up. There was 3 pass breakups where you could see the coaching really come through. So that could be something significant there. Outside of that, you mentioned the sack. I will say, a twist, a stunt game, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it happens. But after seeing last year when this team could not pick one up for the life of them, you need to see that improved in the coming weeks. That it was like a flashback to last year where you just can't have every stunt work against you and Drake Maye getting pile driven into the ground. So I don't know. Those were some of the top takeaways for me.
Yeah, that one, I just think there was a miscommunication. And maybe it's I'm reading today that Wilson maybe PFF didn't grade him that well, gave up some pressure. So maybe there was a little bit of miscommunication there on those 2 sides. Good point on Marcus Jones. The guy was bigger than him. And he still hung around in there. Just sticking with the defense here, at times I saw Jabril Peppers playing nickel corner, which in the past that was like a Devin McCourty thing. Kyle Duggar's now falling into the second unit, while Woodson, who was drafted in the 4th round, led the defense in tackles. Is Kyle Duggar on the hot seat, Mike?
Based on the fact that Vrabel seemed to not only have no loyalty to anyone left over, but kind of actively get rid of people before even necessary, like David Andrews being the biggest one. I would say he's got, it's not surprising to see him on the outs if that's where he is right now, because, he was, for what it's worth, Kyle Duggar was the most Bill Belichick pick in the history of picks. It was like I was working that night, you were probably working that night, and you're like,
who
am I being punked? Like, is this a school? I'm like on Wikipedia, like Lenore Ryan University. So like, and he turned into, he was a good player, obviously, but he was obviously drafted old, and that factored into where he's at. So if he doesn't fit I mean, everything they do defensively seems to be about the system, not about the players that are left over. I mean, Anthony Jennings playing to the end is a telltale sign that he doesn't fit in this system. So it could be that. And now I don't think they're good enough to just get rid of someone, but he may not, see the field the way that we've been accustomed to seeing him. And I want to add one more takeaway I forgot. If I was a radio man like you know what I would do? Trouble brewing in the quarterback's room, because that backup stinks.
Oh, God. He was horrific, wasn't he? He
stinks.
And I wanted to mention this. I said this earlier today, Mike. How does Kyle Williams develop when he beats guys constantly, but nobody can throw him the football?
He had the touchdown should have been there, obviously. He had the go route. He had the guy beaten by 5 yards. And then the next play, he got so underthrown, he drew pass interference. They just didn't call it. But it's just, yeah, you're right. You can beat the guy all you want, but if the ball doesn't come, then you're just playing soccer. So not great. And that goes to your point. Maybe Drake Maye should play a little bit more and build a rapport with some more of his pass catchers.
Well, now that you brought up some hot take radio stuff, let's do that. Joe Milton out the door. Obviously, the Pasternak is now the Pasternaut. Excuse me, is now here. I know I got David Pasternak in my head on that one, but Dobbs is just a guy, and I'm sure he's very smart. He's got athletic ability. He's no threat. And I watched Joe Milton a little bit this weekend. He's got the talent, certainly the arm, but that still makes no sense to me. Like, I don't get that one, and I get it. You wanted just a clear runway, right? Clear runway. You got a clear runway at left tackle, too. I don't know. I feel like it could bite them in the ass at some point this year.
I agree with you philosophically. I just, in terms of the specifics of Joe Milton, I don't think he's a good quarterback.
Yeah, me either.
So I don't know that it's the individual would be worth keeping around. If Joe Milton's in there being like, I should be the starter, then it's like, you kind of got to go. And I don't begrudge a player. Like, if you make the NFL, you have to be a little nuts. Like, these guys, to reach the NFL, you're in the top 1% of the top 1% of football players. And you got to be a little overly confident, a little like deranged to even think you can make the NFL. So I don't begrudge Joe Milton if he thinks he should start in the NFL, but I can see the reason why that doesn't work. But my issue is more, you got a guy who's gotten some starts in the league. He was like a hot story for a week or two and then just really fizzled out, where it's like, I don't know, someone, you don't have to be exciting with your backup quarterback, but like a Brian Hoyer was sort of like, he could start some games. He might win you a game or two, but you don't really worry too much about it. If Drake Maye, God forbid, I always pick the lightest injury, like, I don't know, sprains a finger and he has to miss 2 weeks. You're kind of screwed. I really feel that way.
Yeah. I'll never forget in a playoff game he started, and Trevor Lawrence threw 4 interceptions in the first half. Yet they still lost the game. I don't know how. One other take for you that I had, Mike.
Okay.
And Michael Hurley joining us here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. I wasn't a Vrabel guy for the Patriots. It's not that he can't be a building block guy and can run a team. It has nothing to do with that. It's more about the type of coach and who the offensive coordinator would be. And I just feel like after one preseason game, because it's all we have, right? Again, hot take radio guy, but they look like they're going to be a running team. And it concerns me a little bit. Maybe it's because of the turnovers for Drake Maye, but I don't know. Is Mike Vrabel just this guy that somehow can find the right guy to have a good running offense? I don't know the last team to really win that way. I know the Eagles are loaded on their offensive line and Saquon Barkley, but they got good receivers too. It's not why I wanted Mike Vrabel here, and I got a feeling that that's what they might be in year one.
Yeah, the Eagles are the best because you could make any case, and I've done this myself, where you're like, oh, well, I don't think you can win this way. And then you look at the Eagles. You go like, I don't think defensive line is how you win a Super Bowl. And you're like, all right, well, the Eagles had the best in the league, but they also had the best offensive line in the league, and also the best running back, and also the best wide receiver pair. So you can work it any way you want. But I don't disagree. Like, the defense isn't how you win anymore, but I think Vrabel has a more all-inclusive approach to what he's doing. It does seem like he's not ignorant to that. He's obviously worked over the past 12 years, 10 years to really be a more well-rounded coach than just a defensive coach. What my impression so far, and they do look like a running team. A receiver didn't touch the ball until right before halftime the other night. I feel like, and I mentioned it earlier, they're sort of starting Drake Maye as if he's a rookie, and they're sort of building the offense from the very base. And I think that's going to be a lot of maybe boring, maybe safe, because I just think last year was so bad. And the worst thing you can do is kind of just take a broken product and try to like veer it back in. I think they're just tearing it down, starting to build it up. So I think for the meanwhile, you're going to have some less than inspiring offense. You won't have maybe as many dipsy doodles as Ben Johnson or whatever, but I do trust in Vrabel. And I'll tell you this, though. Nobody was happier to have a big cut on his face for the preseason opener than Mike Vrabel. He loved that. He was pumped.
Oh, my God. It was funny. I heard like some national radio guys talking about what other coach in the league would do that. And it's like, geez. Like, listen, anywhere else, right, we would call Campbell, right? Dan Campbell, we'd call him a hardo or Jim Harbaugh. So, like, I guess for this week, it's okay, right? The coach gets in there and dirty. But every other coach in the league, I'd be calling a hardo. So I'm going to be consistent and do it with Vrabel as well.
Yeah. Joe, I haven't talked to you in a while. I love your show. I love that you do the Joe Murray show, no matter what. Like, you're like, this is what I'm going to talk about because I want to talk about it. And it works. Like, it's distinctly you. So I think I can throw this at you. I did something tonight I want to throw at you. Do you mind?
Let's do it.
Got ice cream with the family.
Ah, yes. Okay.
So, and on the way, I'm looking up the flavors because nothing worse with kids when you're like, oh, what do you want? What do you? And it's just, so we got our flavors, and I look and they do a sample, like a flight of ice cream. Whoa. 6 mini scoops for $10.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I'm like, we're doing that. Me, my wife, and my 1-year-old are splitting that. And I'll tell you what, I have like decision paralysis by like there's too many flavors, and there's two. So I was able to get 6 different flavors.
What'd you get? Let's talk about the flavors.
German chocolate cake was the hit.
Whoa.
Unbelievable. Never even heard of that.
Okay.
We had green monster, which was mint Oreo. Mint Oreo. Okay. We had peanut butter cup. We had Kahlua cake. Wow. And then we had salted caramel pretzel. And then we got banana for the baby, which is disgusting. So it was a nice little, because I always want, you get what you want, and you're like, I wish I got something else. We covered all our bases. It was fantastic.
Did you have any toppings?
That is where we missed out. I probably should have, I bet they would have sprinkled it on there if I asked, but I forgot.
Sprinkles, maybe some whipped cream on there. I don't
know. They did put little pieces of cones in there, like sort of like almost like chips, and it was. I'm very happy. If you noticed, I'm in a very good mood. That's why.
Wow. I feel like I need to know this place that does it.
It was Augusta's in Billerica. It's a classic. There you go. It's classic. It's an institution.
Well, I'm writing that down. I did an event at, is it called Newtown?
Oh yeah. I used to live right next to that.
Wow. Yes. I did an event there, and I have friends who work at the 99 restaurant. The little one, because I guess
one on 3A.
There you go. There's a big one and a little one. I guess you got to be real.
The one on Middlesex Turnpike. That's for the well-to-do. That is a little snobby. Like us Pinehurst people. You go to the small one and you like it, the air conditioner might not work, but you just shut up and eat your food. All right.
Yeah. Well, listen. I love the fact that we could talk a little bit of football and a little bit of ice cream as well.
Yeah. It's just the whole time I'm like, I want to get more. But
I can't wait to talk to Joe about this.
No. All this time I'm like, I could use a little more ice cream. That's just been on my mind. But it was what a deal. What a deal.
All right, Michael, what are you doing? I know you got the Patch Chat. I see you on NBC Sports Boston. What else are you doing?
Doing a little bit of website work over at NBC Sports Boston. So that's new. Trying to, piece the life back together. We took a hit. But a cannonball to the side of the ship. But we're trying to stay on course and trying to stay alive here in the Boston sports media scene. It's tough out here, Joe.
I hear you, baby. I hear you. We're here every night, though. As long as you want to talk ice cream and football, you're welcome anytime, sir.
Love it. I apprate it. It was good to be on. We did the TV like a month ago.
I know.
I didn't even get to say hi.
I know.
Just, straight to business.
Isn't that kind of funny? There's literally no pleasantries at all on that one.
It's like, here's a take. Joe, what do you got? And I was like, I thought maybe during the break we'd get, but we just weren't on. We just couldn't. It was very impersonal. So I'm glad we got to do this.
We're pros. And, we got you on. I'm glad we got you on the YouTube. We're now on live YouTube every night, so everybody saw your face. And all the social media people are going to be like, Mike Hurley was back on 98.5.
Hell yeah! I'm sure everyone's keyed into that. They're like, oh, I've been logging this. It's been months.
All right, Mike. Appreciate you. He's Michael Hurley. Everybody, check him out. Patch Chat, NBC Sports Boston. We'll catch up soon, Mike. Thanks, buddy.
See you, Joe.
You got it. He's Michael Hurley. Everybody. Michael Hurley. Everyone. All right. Well, what 6 flavors would you choose? Man, he got a lot of good flavors. I got to tell you, I wrote them down. He got a lot of cakes, peanut butter cups, the green monster, which was a mint. Man, 6 flavors. In. We do have in or out coming up in just a little bit. And Roman Anthony has a thought on a certain condiment that we talk about all the time. And we'll do it next here on the Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Hey, baseball! Red Sox lead 2-0.
talk on Friday.
Back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. So Roman Anthony does not like ketchup on anything.
I think that's putting it lightly, Joe. I think he despises ketchup. He wants it exterminated from the face of the planet.
Well, this has been a topic on this show, huh? Have you noticed that?
It does seem to be a theme as of late, the last week or two.
So was this interview before Luke's breakfast steaks or after Luke's breakfast steaks?
It would have been after, we think.
Because there's nobody I know who listens to Section 10 more than Luke. Besides Tyler.
He's a P1. Yeah, Tyler's on the podcast.
Besides the guy.
Luke still might listen more.
So I'm curious. Is his take on ketchup his own? Or is it because he likes Roman Anthony? Luke, speaking to the mic, sir.
Can you repeat the question, Joe? I'm not sure. I'm not sure I understand it.
Is you not liking ketchup on eggs an original thought?
I like ketchup on other things.
Okay.
I certainly don't think that it needs to be. What was the word? Exterminated from planet Earth? Yeah.
Do you agree with Roman Anthony's take on ketchup?
Am I unsure of what it? I mean, he just said he wants it exterminated from the earth. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, I do disagree.
Okay. All right.
I just don't like it on eggs. Just because I don't like it on eggs doesn't mean I don't like it.
Do you like
at all.
it with French fries?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you like it on a hot dog?
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
Joe, would you put marinara sauce on eggs?
No.
Does that mean you're out on marinara sauce? Exactly.
No.
Point proven.
Is that the same thing?
Yeah, you're asking if I'm out on ketchup because Roman Anthony said he was. Well, but you're asking me if I'm out on ketchup because I said I'm out on it on eggs.
So Roman Anthony's out on it on eggs too.
He's out in it just in general.
Yeah, clearly.
Did you ever see the Jackass where the guy hated mustard? And they remember the TV show? There was one of the producers. He hated mustard.
I feel like I watched a lot.
And they got him, dude. He freaked out. Can I be honest? I don't know what relish is. Don't even explain it to me.
Is it just pickles?
Out.
We should have Roman have a conversation with ketchup about ketchup with Patrick Mahomes.
Why not with me?
Well, Mahomes is the guy who likes it on everything. Plus it.
So Patrick Mahomes likes ketchup on everything?
Yeah.
What?
This is the first you're hearing of this, Joe?
Yeah, I don't really follow a lot of Patrick
you're
Mahomes
aware
stuff.
of this, no?
I am not aware of Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes likes ketchup on everything, like mac and cheese. Like he will put ketchup on everything.
Out on that.
Oh, no. If I have
I'll throw a bunch of this in Slack.
So
Mahomes likes ketchup on literally everything.
If my mac and cheese touches ketchup, I'm okay. But I'm not pouring it on there.
Mahomes is. I agree with you, but Mahomes is.
What about syrup?
Are you asking me or?
Yeah, would you do a syrup?
On what?
Noodles. Or pasta.
No.
It's like Buddy the Elf right there. I'm out on that.
Oh, man.
I was trying to think of a certain dish with pasta, and then no, thank you.
Okay.
What is your Roman Anthony's ketchup? What would you eliminate from the face of the earth? You're going to say lettuce?
I can't eliminate lettuce from the earth.
Like a condiment. If we had to say a condiment.
I think relish sucks. There's nothing I like about relish. It smells. It's stupid. It's smelly. Did I already say that? All right, I need to think about it. But relish first comes to my mind. But there are certain things that I'm like, you know what I think suck? Beets. Beets suck.
Not a condiment, but I understand. Yeah,
I get it. Worst con. I guess now I feel like I need.
Coleslaw is not a condiment, but not a big coleslaw. Like coleslaw, very rarely do you get a good coleslaw. Good coleslaw is good, but it's scarce.
Okay, so there are lists that have it. See, it's relish for me. I could probably go down a rabbit hole about what's good and what's bad. It's got to be relish. I just want nothing to do with it. It sucks. And now, where does Tabasco sauce rank on that? Because I like Tabasco sauce. I just don't love Tabasco sauce. You know what else I don't like? Wasabi. Is that considered a condiment?
Yeah, I think so. Limited.
Like, I'm out on that.
Just the spice, or you just don't like it?
It's too spicy.
Too spicy.
Anyways, I tried to make that segment quick, but controversy. So Roman Anthony out on ketchup.
Out completely on ketchup.
I would like. Okay, I got an idea. I got an idea. I got to talk to Jared. I'm gonna make this thing happen. Like, I wonder. Do you know how, like, people don't like things? Like, if you handed me hey, Joe, here's a chicken sandwich, and there's lettuce and tomato on it, I'm going to nicely take the lettuce and the tomato off and not tell anybody. Or I'm only going to eat the bottom bun with no lettuce. Okay? But does he, like, not even want the ketchup packets around him? Like, what about, like, at a diner?
Yeah, I don't think he's tying him up either, Joe, and leaving him anywhere.
Yeah. But, like, you ever go to a diner? See, I've mentioned this before to you guys, but I hate the process of marrying the ketchup. So what it means is at a diner, when one's getting low, you dump it and put it into the other.
Yeah, they're leaving the Heinz bottle on the table, but filling it with something that's not Heinz.
Ow! Can I say that loud enough? That's got to be a health thing, right? Out! Marrying the ketchup out. I don't want you to take an emptier bottle and put it into another bottle. Out. It's a one bottle ketchup only. Did I just freak out about something? Out.
Yeah, I feel like they do that with the syrup sometimes too. Out on that.
I don't want any sharing of condiments. Anything else? You guys agree with that or no?
I would co-sign that bill, Joe.
And you ever, like, go to a diner and it's in that little red thing and then you take it and it's like the ketchup sucks? That's why people hate ketchup. Ketchup gets a bad name for that. And we get In or Out coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in or out?
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub. Studios. Sample TVs, AFM and HD1.
It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Paisley Media Group Station.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Now I'm thinking about this ketchup thing. Can I even like Roman Anthony now? Like, I don't even know if I can like him. Anyways, it's 2-0 right now. Red Sox. Garrett Crochet's on the mound. Alex Bregman went deep. 2-run homer, but the Astros are threatening right now. And the Patriots had camp today. And they take on the Vikings this Saturday. Headlines, they are brought to you by Eastern Mass's leader in drain cleaning and pipelining. Drains by James. Slow drain, clog drain. You need to contact Drains by James today at drainsbyjames.com. I'm Joe Murray.
Start your day.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Work through your day.
What's that thing we do at the end of the show?
And end your day.
I'm not giving you an opinion. I don't know.
Right here. 98.5. The Sports Hub.
Are you in or out? Gotta know without a doubt. I'm the one you need for a dirty deed. I'm the best. Success is guaranteed.
Did a segment yesterday with Liv Shats, and it was called "Be Careful with the Dump" here. All right, Shats or get off the pot. Because you know how many times I almost said the other thing. So yes, and then I thought about doing Dan or Damn. So instead, I came up with Shats or get off the pot. And I just fired a bunch of things at him. So we didn't do it in or out style, though. I did ask questions to get his answer, though. Just wasn't in or out.
There's rumblings we may be seeing Lift Chats this week.
Yes, maybe we could bring it back tomorrow.
Here we go. The return.
That's right. He's given me 4 dates. I said, hey, give me some dates that you want to come in studio. And he gave me 4 dates.
Love it.
So I like that. If you want to come on the show, be like, Joe, I want to come on. All right, what days work best for you? It's kind of like when the teacher would walk in the room. Good morning, and how are you today? Very well, thank you, children. Very well. Please be seated. Just like that, Skizz.
All right, Joe. A Monday night edition of In or Out, August 11th. We will start with wrestling. Why not, Joe? Rumors circulating in the wrestling world that there could possibly be 2 WrestleManias as soon as 2027. One in the United States and one potentially in Saudi Arabia or another country. Joe Murray, would you be in or out on 2 WrestleManias in 1 year?
Out. They just had SummerSlam, which was just as big as... Wasn't as big, okay?
I think some people thought it was better, though. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. They had more time to finish off some storylines that maybe they didn't get right. Plus, WrestleMania is in April, so it's easier to kind of build out some storylines over 6 months or 7 months, whatever it is. 8 months. Jeez. August, right? What are we in now?
It is August.
Okay. Again, it was a time this summer. I had no clue what day it was. Out. And you know why they're doing this, right?
Money.
The Rock. They want The Rock. The Rock is going to get a big payday out of this.
I'm out on The Rock, Joe.
A lot of people are.
Yeah.
Like
too much Rock.
Well, the John Cena heel turn. He went back to being a face because, well, Travis Scott wanted more money, and The Rock never paid it off. So the way to pay it off would be, hey, Saudi Arabia, The Rock is wrestling. Now,
John Cena has gone face, as you would say. I heard the pop in Montreal. It was as loud as you'll ever hear. Joe Murray, are you in or out that John Cena's heel run was a complete failure?
Out. It was not a complete failure. It had a story. Hey, listen, I don't think the story's over yet. How about that? He's got 11 appearances left. All I'm saying is this. They told us on television Travis Scott and The Rock bailed. right? So what's going to happen someday? I got a feeling The Rock and Travis Scott are coming back. So it's not a fail. The other thing is, are we bought into Cena now being a face and believing him? When he just said he wanted to ruin wrestling? There's a lot. It's not over yet. Not a failure. Not a failure.
All right, Joe. Well, from wrestling to the Brady statue, we've done some statue talk tonight, but I believe you put this in Slack earlier today. The Patriots are going to be releasing a behind-the-scenes documentary on the building of the Brady statue. Joe Murray, are you in or out?
I think I'm in. If it wasn't Tom Brady, I don't think I'd care. But you know what I will tell you I watch a lot of, so I'm probably really in on this. I actually did this last night. I watched this man that was trapped outside in the cold. And he built his own little log cabin for survival. And the way that he, cut the trees and got the, used the tools. And it was fascinating to watch. I also watched this person make an emergency bunker in their yard.
Is it Felger?
No, baby. But yeah, they found a nice piece of land, cut it 12 feet deep, and they put a bunch of moss on the top of it with a little secret door. I watched the whole thing. Used mud, clay, rocks, you name it. So yes, I think I'd be in on watching this, but normally it doesn't excite me.
The Joe Murray Doom Scroll is an interesting place.
I got a bunch today.
All right, Joe, a billionaire is aiming to recreate the woolly mammoth by 2028 using genetic engineering. His company has already created woolly mice using a mammoth gene. Joe Murray, are you in or out on a billionaire aiming to recreate a woolly mammoth by 2028?
Out. Now listen. It sounds cool, right? A woolly mammoth? Did anybody watch Jurassic Park? Did anybody watch Jurassic Park 2? Did anybody watch Jurassic Park 3? Did anybody watch Jurassic World? Did anybody watch the other Jurassic Park that I don't know of yet?
Kingdom or something?
Yes, Kingdom. Yeah. Out. Hey, you know what's funny? I was thinking about this the other day. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and tell you. No, but if someone said, yeah, it's like finding Bigfoot. Well, people have found Bigfoot, right?
Joe, how could I be the one to answer that question? I don't think people have found Bigfoot.
This is me. I'm bouncing this off of you now.
I think people have said they've seen Bigfoot. I don't know if anyone's quote unquote found Bigfoot.
Follow me here.
I'm trying.
All right, we're going around the cul-de-sac.
Let's take a spin.
Okay. I am not saying I believe in Bigfoots. Bigfoot?
Yeah, maybe they are plural, Joe. We don't know.
Okay. Someone said they saw them, right?
The wrestling guy. It's still real to me.
No. Okay. Do I go alien now? Do I do that?
I would vote aliens more real than Bigfoot.
I would too.
I think there's a higher chance of what is he, the Yeti, the abominable snowman there? He's out there somewhere. Better chance than Bigfoot. Okay. How many Discovery Channel, History Channel, Bigfoot shows have there been?
Well, there's been a lot of them.
Not very successful.
Harry and the Hendersons are a classic, right?
Who could forget?
The hell's that guy? John Lithgow. That was his name.
Yeah,
dude, Harry and the Hendersons ruled. You ever see that?
I have seen that one, yes. Now John Lithgow is going to be Dumbledore when he's 95 years old.
Okay. Bigfoot's not real, everybody's telling me. Guys, this isn't about I don't believe in... This is the question!
Joe, you are the one fueling the Bigfoot fire.
No, I'm fueling it because someone said they saw it, so does it make it real? I don't believe. I don't know.
This is where we need to get our friend Carrie Ann in Seattle. Bigfoot feels like a Pacific Northwest guy. Like he's hanging out up there somewhere.
But who would be like, hey, do you guys know of the Bigfoot? Ooh, what's a Bigfoot? Well, the Bigfoot is this hairy-looking thing with big feet. Like, that's what happened one day at a campfire? For real, guys. Like, did someone see this thing or not? Next.
All right, Joe, to one of the more important ones of the night, something I was tagged in numerous times. I believe you were tagged in as well. Just like ketchup, a topic often discussed on the night show. KFC, Joe, our friends over at KFC, are bringing back potato wedges and their hot and spicy wings. Both will be available for a limited time while supplies last, starting August 18th. Joe Murray, are you in or out on the return of KFC potato wedges and hot and spicy wings?
Okay. So, I never thought the potato wedges left. The potato wedges rule. In on the potato wedges.
You put ketchup on them?
Hell yeah. Now, I would get their barbecue sauce. You ever had the KFC barbecue sauce before? It's fantastic.
Maybe, yeah.
Yes, I would put ketchup on everything, even my biscuit.
You're going a little far for me there.
I dip.
Yeah.
I'm a dipper.
You're a famous bowl guy, right? Isn't that when they just toss everything in one?
Put it all in there and dip it in there, baby. Now, you brought up something else that I didn't see. They're bringing back the hot and the spicy wings.
The hot and spicy wings also brought back.
Do you know how? Dude, those things are incredible. No, guys, they're like really. You got to wear a bib and gloves, like that. That is good. I haven't had that in 15 years. I think
that's doing something for you.
Oh, you see me moving right now?
Yeah.
I used to go to the one, I think it was in either Dedham or West Roxbury. I can't remember. But it didn't have a drive-through, so I had to, get out of the car and go in. And I'd be like, all right, well, give me one of those, spicy whatever. And, dude, that was the hit of the meal. So, although I'm very excited that potato wedges never left, they left and they're back now, I'll never forget those little spicy wings. They were good, man. Oh, what would I dip them in now? Probably blue cheese or ranch. Now I got people on me about the Bigfoot. Do you know that? Jeff, dang, here I thought I graduated from the Joe comprehension years ago. That Mammoth Bigfoot drive took me a while to catch on. Is there a Bigfoot or not?
Who am I to say?
Like there were dinosaurs, right?
Well, it depends on who you ask, but yes. If you believe in dinosaurs, what did the great, was it Mookie Wilson that said, if I believe in dinosaurs, that mean they must believe in me too?
That's
the first teaser from Apple TV came out today for a 5-part Martin Scorsese documentary titled Mr. Scorsese. It includes interviews with Scorsese himself, his family, Spielberg, De Niro, DiCaprio, Thelma Schoonmaker, and more. It releases in October on Apple TV+. Joe Murray, are we in or out on a Martin Scorsese documentary?
That's got to be one to watch. Now, the David Chase Sopranos one is incredible. It's not even a Sopranos one. It's about David Chase. But The Sopranos is about his life, which I believe Francis Ford Coppola was mocked for writing The Godfather, for sharing some of the family details, right?
That's frowned upon, I believe.
But yet David, now it wasn't the mob stuff. It was more about the mom was like his mom, all that kind of stuff. If you haven't seen the David Chase one, I feel like Scorsese should be better, right? Do you think they'll talk about his mom being in Goodfellas?
Yeah, I feel like they got to.
That's how do you not? Where'd the picture come from? The guy on the boat going 2 different ways? I feel like we should have that in the building. Like, what are some photos? Kramer from Seinfeld? Feel like, I don't know about that. Maybe.
Get George on the couch.
Okay, that's George then. Okay, that's a good one. I'm sure Friends has something we can get. Maybe the recliners.
Yeah. Coffee mugs or something.
Yep. But like that photo from Goodfellas should be in this building. Next.
All right, Joe. Anderson Silva and Chris Weidman will have a trilogy fight under boxing rules. Joe Murray, are you in or out on Anderson Silva and Chris Weidman having a boxing trilogy fight?
Weidman, huh? Back again?
These guys got to be like late 40s, right?
I'd watch it, but like now here's the deal with the whole new deal. So UFC paired with Paramount today.
In or out?
In. You know why? Pay-per-view should be gone.
I think it's going to save people a lot of money, which is rare.
Know how we talk about going around the television and landing on things that you don't see all the time? UFC would be something people don't land on, Skaz. Like you know what I watched one night? That ultimate smack off where people would smack each other in the face. I never would watch that unless it came around my television and I could find it. But if UFC is going to be on Channel 7 CBS, you mean to tell me people aren't going to watch a fight? Anyways, Einbein didn't like my Godfather take, but it wasn't my take. It's what the movie was about. Well, I watched the show that it was frowned upon, that he was talking about some of the dealings. Did you see that show? The Making of the Godfather?
Yes.
That's what it was about, right? Or there was a little topic about it.
I watched it when it first came out, but I do believe that's correct.
It was not even my take. See, The Godfather bothers people. Do you ever notice that? Like, The Godfather, Goodfellas, whenever you mention something, everyone's got, like, some sort of, like, attachment feeling to it.
The olds are very protective. Very protective of it.
And listen, I never read the book or, like, I learn something about The Godfather every time I watch it. Every single time. My favorite character still is Fanucci. Let me wet my beak. That'd be a great Halloween costume. Think anybody would know it's Fanucci? With the white hat and the...
Maybe.
What else?
But just quickly on the UFC Paramount deal, you were paying like, I don't know, $80 every month for a pay-per-view. Now I think it's $8.99 if you just want Paramount, but for the whole bundle it's $14.99 a month. Like, you're going to save money in the long term. Even in the short term, you're saving money, which is rare for these streaming deals. And I'm not a big UFC guy, but this does make me more inclined to watch.
Okay, so just so we were caught up, Skess. I need Netflix for wrestling. I need Peacock. It was Mario Puzo. My bad. Whoops. Anyways, you knew what I was talking about. No. So now I need Peacock, Netflix, Hulu.
Well, now with the WWE ESPN deal, are you going to still need Peacock and Netflix, or is all that stuff going to be on?
No, I need it still.
So it's still going to be it's going to be divided still.
I think Peacock will be eliminated, but you'll still need Netflix.
Okay.
But I need that. Oh my God, dude, I can't. No, I'm done. Now I need Paramount, Apple. Again, a Superbox has all this. My thing is, will it be live? Anything else tonight?
That's all I got tonight, Joe.
I got a couple for you.
Well, let's hear it.
In or out on getting injured at the
alumni
game?
Out. Very funny, though.
He got hurt in, fetching fly balls?
He was playing left field, I believe. For those who don't know, Mariano Rivera tore what? Was it his Achilles?
Yeah. He tore his... Was it his Achilles or ACL, this one?
Either way.
He tore his ACL flying fly balls. This one was Achilles.
Yes. Out on that.
Did you see Johnny Damon?
Johnny Damon looked full. Looked almost like he was taxidermied. He was so stuffed. He didn't look good. I'll say that.
He did not look good.
No. He looked...
Is that like plastic? What is that?
I'm guessing, Joe.
Yeah,
pure speculation.
I shouldn't have done that.
Believe that's a liquid diet for the most part, if I had to guess. From what I've seen on, what was that show he was briefly on that Hardy watches? Below Deck.
He was on. I watched that episode.
Yeah, so
he was on. He looked fine on that one.
Yeah, I think
he actually helped the guys get their boats out of the water.
Yeah, I think. Seen some videos of Johnny Damon off the field. I think a lot of liquids would be my guess.
Sammy Sosa or Johnny Damon? Who looks worse?
Oh, Damon.
Damon looked bad, dude.
He looked bad.
I almost feel like I'm worried. Ooh, I got a couple others. All right, we're late, but you know what? We don't have a guest coming up. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't answer Luke. Could you answer him? I'm sorry. Just tell him. Sure. I gave these to lift shots as well, so this is now me asking you to get off the pod, or Skaz. Skaz, or get off the pod. All right. So, have you ever been cold called by somebody? Did you see Jordan Hudson cold called Charlotte Wilder?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I did not see that.
Yeah, to talk about, the writing and all that. Yeah.
Forgive me. Why is she calling Charlotte Wilder? Who's a friend of the station, I believe. Has been on the morning show numerous times.
Yeah, I can't. Years ago, I know. Let me get the story for you, Skaz, because But it's awful announcing habit, of course. Our good friend Jordan Hudson cold called Charlotte Wilder, jump-starting a bizarre extended conversations. And, well, of course, the Gossip Show, Bill Belichick and Jordan Hudson. The ex-Bridgewater State cheerleader cold called one of the show's hosts, Charlotte Wilder, a few weeks ago, jump-starting a bizarre extended dialogue between the two sides. Wilder detailed the story, which mentioned that, according to her, the entire ordeal began at 9:07 p.m. on a Saturday night when Hudson called her out of the blue, announcing herself as president of the universe. He called back to comment the show made...
I'm sorry, president of what?
Because it was a comment on the show at one point. They engaged in an extended conversation. Wilder said focused mainly on the episode. She also mentioned that Hudson had a tendency to talk in circles and used word salad, making it unclear what she was trying to achieve during the call. She would oscillate between friendly, but there were clearly an edge to it, said Wilder.
That's very normal behavior. That's Saturday night. That's usually what publicists are doing. They're calling reporters cold call to have not bizarre conversations with them at all. I think that's very normal behavior.
I'm off on Saturday. You're off on Saturdays, right?
Yes.
You ain't hearing from me.
I mean, unless it's an immediate family member, if you're calling me at 9 p.m. on Saturday, I'm not answering.
This doesn't make sense. You're right. It's not normal behavior. So what's more real, the Bigfoot or this behavior?
I would say the Bigfoot.
Thank you. That's a joke. Yeah, how it goes full circle.
Imagine getting stuck in that cul-de-sac. A Saturday night phone call with the czar of UNC.
All right, I'll save the rest for musics. We'll take a quick break. I'm Joe Murray. Skaz is here. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. We didn't get a chance to talk about the Joe Mazzulla extension, Skaz. I thought Brad Stevens already told us that he has multiple years. So when they dumped the news the day of the Brady statue and the first preseason game, which was my take, what a dump. No one really had to react to it. Nobody could hate it, right? I'm fine that Joe Mazzulla's back. I'm fine. I do think that I shouldn't say probably. He earned himself an extension, but at the same time, I think now he's on notice. And he's going to have a year with a roster that they're not potentially paying a tax, where I think he'll get a little bit of a pass. There's probably still some expectations there. He's also Tatum's guy. So do I think that Joe Mazzulla's got 2 more years in him here? I do. Which I think is why they should have given him the extension. So in on the Joe Mazzulla extension, but I did think it was a little bit of a news dump, Skaz.
Yeah, I think the timing is certainly interesting. Why now? Especially when, we revisit those comments from Stevens, which were, only a few weeks, maybe months ago, where he said, Brad's going to be here for a while. We have Joe locked up for a while. He's going to be here. So I'm certainly with you there that the timing is interesting. I wonder why now? Why did they feel the need? Because I think a lot of people, and rightfully so, I think we're kind of in this camp as well, Joe, that this is a big year for Joe Mazzulla. Coaching without your best player, that's when you find out about a coach is, a lot of people look at the Belichick year without Brady because they did so well with Castle. A lot of people give Belichick a ton of credit for that year and having the team still bought in and ready to go on a weekly basis. So I'm of that belief where this is a big year for Joe Mazzulla to show that, it's not just having the best team in the league, having the best roster in the league, that he can actually be a difference maker on a night in, night out basis with what's going to be a below average roster. You still have some top end talent on the roster, but overall, this is going to be a below average roster. And what does Joe Mazzulla do with that roster? I think there's a lot of people that are interested in that.
Couple of notes on the roster that we should mention just to monitor it, because you might lose or miss out on a few things when it comes to this. But I think that we should start looking at it a little bit as they're really trying to get out of the luxury tax, man. And I know that Greeny, when we had him on, said this year it doesn't matter. I still don't like what they're doing. I don't like it. But does it make sense? Like, they have to get under that tax, right? So they have to get rid of essentially $11 million. It's 10 and change, 10 million and change. And what am I hearing today? Sam Hauser to the Lakers? The other one is Anthony Simons just does the deal, Skaz. It gets them out. They can bring back a player who makes about $15 million, but it gets them out of the tax. To me, and now they've opened up 2 more two-ways, so I think they bring in Amari Williams and probably R.J. Lewis with those 2. They have 1 roster spot left. The Ben Simmons thing is still there. But, at some point, it's either Hauser or Simons. I don't think they get rid of both, but that's the story when it comes to the roster. I guess I'm okay with whatever they do.
Yeah, I think the only way you're really okay with what the Celtics are doing this offseason is if it truly means that they're going to spend next year and the following year. If this is really just to avoid that penalty, the repeaters penalty, and not that this is going to be a long-term thing that they're trying to avoid. So it's all talk right now. There's no way to really know. I think you can penalize them and criticize them for the way this offseason's gone. Not that anyone really expected them to be all in or to, keep. I never expected Porzingis and Holiday to be back here regardless of the Tatum injury. I thought they were always going to be gone. Maybe you could convince me that they would have kept Holiday if Tatum was healthy, but I think Porzingis' time here was coming to an end. No matter the health of Tatum, either way. So if you're a Celtics fan and you want to believe in this ownership group and the plan they're trying to set in front of you, I think the belief is that they're trying to avoid the repeater tax, and then next year when Tatum is fully healthy, they'll go back to being all in. It sounds great on paper. It's a good sell to the fan base, but it doesn't mean anything until they actually show it, with cash and with contracts, that that's actually what they're going to do. Okay. So it is, I would say this offseason is a concern.
I understand it if they spend again, though.
Exactly, and that's the thing, is you're kind of just holding your breath.
Because, they might not. And the Tatum stuff's still there. I know we kind of talked about that last week. One other thing I wanted to bring up, the Boston Globe, I think it was Dan Shaughnessy, had a chance to catch up with Bob Cousy, who turned 97 this weekend. Quote, in my judgment, Jalen is not quite at the superstar level Tatum is. Can he carry the load by himself? I see a major rebuilding effort coming.
I think that's slightly strong, but I think the point there is something that you were kind of all over, Joe, on the championship run, and something that, this show at night has stressed numerous times, that the Tatum Brown thing kind of ended, I think, for a lot of people in terms of Tatum is better at basketball than Jaylen Brown. I don't think you can argue that at all anymore. But for them to finally win a championship, what did it take? It took Jaylen Brown playing to Jason Tatum's level. That's what it finally took. It didn't take, Tatum overcoming clutch issues or Brown learning how to dribble. No, it was Jaylen Brown playing to Jason Tatum's level. To me, that was the biggest factor in them becoming a championship team. So I agree with Cousy's, overall point that Brown is not Tatum, but he can still be an elite player in this league. I think a total rebuilding effort is strong. That's a little strong for me. I hope that's not what it's ahead of us. If you have Jaylen Brown,
where did that come from? I know he's 97 years old. He's still sharp.
Of course, and I'm never going to slight the great Bob Cousy, but if you have Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Derek White on your roster, there should never be a total rebuild, especially if that roster is the Boston Celtics.
Okay. All right. We did a Celtics segment during. Is this football season? Is this considered football season? Are we like? My life is the next 26 weeks.
Yes, yeah.
It was funny last week. I said only 19 more to go, Jeremy.
How was Friday night? How did things go?
Jeremy was happy when we left.
Good. That's the number one thing.
Kevin still had energy. There's a new intern. We were on YouTube.
I believe I met that intern. Yeah.
Yeah, we were on YouTube.
Tufts guy, I believe.
That's right.
Yes.
Good memory.
Other jumbo in the building.
And the game. You know what it is? Do you believe this? Do you believe that there were barely any calls because they won?
Run that clock. Run that clock. That's what I believe in the preseason.
Again, when they suck, everybody calls.
Well, that's how it goes, Joe. Bruins win.
Bruins, right? Yeah.
Bruins, that's my bar. That's what I tell all the interns. Bruins Celtics win, couple phone calls. Bruins Celtics lose, loaded phone lines.
Right.
People, that's the business.
All right. Well, now I'm getting the you called it with crochet. Joe, you called it with crochet tonight. I didn't call anything. It just...
You got a whiff.
It was smelly. It was a smelly line. That could be a new segment we could do. Instead of a fishy line, smelly line.
What's Joe smelling tonight?
Ooh, that smell. Anyways. All right, well, I'll tell you the score of the Red Sox game right now here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Red Sox trail 5-2 right now. Top of the fifth inning versus the Astros. And while Garrett Crochet is on the mound, he's given up a couple of home runs, which that's not good. Consider.
Everybody knows Joe.
Just keeps getting better.
Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Jones with time this time, and he throws into traffic, and it is intercepted. Jaquan McMillan made a difficult play on it. And the Denver defense so good at takeaways at 25.
That draft class. Between Justin Fields, Mac Jones, Trey Lance, and Zach Wilson, 4 out of the 5 quarterbacks drafted in the first round of 2021 are already on their third team.
Not 1, not 2.
3.
I would say that's not good.
Think about this. Justin Fields has been with the Bears, Steelers, and Jets. They actually look pretty good, the Jets, this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's August. That's usually when they do.
Mac Jones, Patriots, Jaguars, and 49ers. Trey Lance, we saw him last week with the Chargers, was with the Cowboys, 49ers drafted. And, of course, Zach Wilson last week. I watched yesterday's, guys.
You still buying some Zach Wilson stock?
Nope. Not after yesterday. Still got those cards, though. Is this the most disappointing draft class ever? Like, Trevor Lawrence stinks, too.
He's not great. I still hold out a little hope for Lawrence, but he has not been good.
Duval.
Poor Kendra.
See Travis Hunter playing both ways. Got smoked on one of them.
Yeah, I mean, don't you think that if you're another team and you see him out there playing corner, you're just sending whoever he's covering on a fly route every time? Like, just burn him out. Just make him tired. Like, that's what I think the strategy would be. If he's out there playing corner, guess what? You're running 40 yards every play.
Okay.
If he's trying to play both ways. If he's just out there playing corner, then, you got to run your offense. But if they're trying to, run the gadget thing, just send him on a fly every time. Let's see how long you can hold up. That's what I would do. I'm an idiot.
See any Joe Milton?
Yeah, Joey stinks. Great at practice, bad at actual football. We've been saying this, I don't know, for a year and a half now since the Patriots drafted him. Mm-hmm. He is awesome without pads. Even in pads, not in a real game. Good.
You ready for not a hot one, but a hot plate? Like a hot plate. I think at one point this year, Jacoby Brissett's going to be the quarterback of Arizona.
I don't think that's a hot take. Has Kyler Murray ever made it through a full season? Jacoby Brissett is better than Josh Dobbs.
Yeah. But I just feel, though, like Brissett, I don't know. He was very overweight last year. I called that out right away when I saw him. I go, that guy needs to work out. I don't know. I watched him play over the weekend. He had a nice little red zone touchdown and a long, I want to say like a 40-yarder or something like that. I know it's not you're right. It's not a hot take. It's a hot plate. I feel like we're going to be eating some Brissett this year.
Yeah, Kyler Murray's not making it a full season. I feel like maybe he has a couple times, but I'm out on the Kyler Murray experience.
Just transitioning, I just saw this. So I guess the Yankees suck, right? The Yankees are just...
They won tonight, but yes.
Oh, they did? I didn't see that.
I believe so, yes.
Well, you know how there's been a lot of the Red Sox are stealing signs and whatever. I don't care if they are.
No, I hope they are.
Okay, I hope so too. I don't know if I just threw a video in Slack for you. I don't know if you saw it, but Jazz Chisholm's on second base. And Paul Goldschmidt's at the plate. And literally, Chisholm goes, "Don't swing, man." Kind of spit on the curve, I don't. Tell me if you see the result at all.
Yeah, he struck out.
But that's your teammate.
Bad advice. We've all gotten bad advice, Joe. Not
when I'm at the batter's box.
Not with such immediate repercussions.
Now, if I'm on the bases and the third base coach says score and I get thrown out, that's on him. That was bad. Dude, it's stinky in that locker room. I know they won tonight. It smells in there.
I hope Aaron Boone is employed forever.
Stinky.
Whatever happened to Joe Girardi? Joe Girardi there.
Girardi. Whatever happened
to that guy? Yeah, he was doing like TBS for a minute.
Walked away.
He wasn't. Was he that bad? He can't be that much worse than Aaron Boone.
I didn't think he was. Jacoby's also going to get hurt, someone said. Well, who was it? Clayton Tune after that?
A big week for your guy, though, Joe. Tanner McGee. Look good.
Someone just insulted me. Joe, we can tell how you are running the bases. I don't run the bases anymore. I'm retired, and I now sit on a microphone and talk crap about everybody. So my athletic ability doesn't matter anymore.
Did we talk about someone running the bases? I don't think we discussed that.
Did you hear last week? I was 1996 CYO champions at Sacred Heart.
There you go,
or
Joe.
2000 class of 2000 Catholic Central Small champions in basketball.
Put that on the resume.
Do I have to now flex at my multiple achievements athletically? Do I? Because I could do that if you want me to, Jazz.
You're not allowed to discuss Jazz Chisholm making his teammate whiff at second base. Not allowed.
Yeah. And when I take the turn at second base and I see the third base coach, all right, yes, if you want to say, oh, Joe, you're slow. I wasn't. But B, it's his fault if I get thrown out if I'm slow or not. Remember? We got the music. It's coming up next on the Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
Patriots at practice again today. They get ready for their game this Saturday with the Minnesota Vikings, who they'll have joint practices with. Headlines, they are brought to you by Kesha's Law. Kesha's Law, they specialize in helping those who have been injured not only from a one-time incident, but a lifetime of hard work and labor. Does this sound like you? Visit keshaslaw.com. I'm Joe Murray.
Get the app.
There's the potential there for big stuff.
98.5 The Sports Hub app. Get the app.
You want a random take, Murray?
Gassy. And man, today. Thought, this morning I was like, I've never called in sick before. I was thinking about it, and I just felt better. And I was like, you know what? Let's get back to work. Let's do this. So here I am, everybody. No accidents. All. You know what, though? You guys, I know you can relate to this one. This is the music is. You can't sleep when you feel like that. It's not about it's not anxiety, right? It's like it interrupts. You can't sleep when you had that kind of traumatization. Is that a word? Traumatization? When you've been traumatized like that, it's hard to just go back to sleep.
What did Big Jim call it last week? Nuclear Armageddon in his stomach?
There you go.
Something like that.
So anyways, I'm tired from that. The nuclear Armageddon. We start. Should we go Happy Gilmore, Skip Bayless first? Or the Buffalo Bills and their mating calls?
You tell me, Joe. Where would you like to start?
Let's get a little mating call fun first. So I don't know. I was watching football on Saturday. I watched a lot of football Saturday. And the Buffalo Bills were talking about their offense, and they had Deion Dawkins on, who's big time offensive lineman. And, well, the offense is just so, amazing for the Bills. They have their own language. Let's hear a little bit of it.
Really a bunch of... It's like Donnie from the Wild Like Thornberries.
Just imagine.
First, Joe?
I am not, no.
Oh, I am.
Oh, so you understood it.
I do understand it, and it's fairly accurate. One of the Thornberries, Donnie, he was kind of like a wild child. That's pretty much how he talked. Was very similar to what Deion Dawkins was saying there.
Like a Boomhauer-ish?
But more exaggerated, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Bone Thugs and Harmony had that for me, When they used to rap, I feel like they had one of those calls during their raps. And then Biggie one day did a call of them. Anyways, what a beautiful language that is. We should use that some night. When can we drop one of those? Can you play it one more time?
Really a bunch of... It's like Donnie from the Wild Like Thornberries.
What? Wow, from Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yes.
I told you, he's one of the best harmony guys going.
Kind of a loaded cast. Tim Curry played the father. Lacey Chabert played the sister. Not a bad cast there.
I guess everyone likes Eliza Thornberry, huh?
I don't remember it well enough, but sure.
Okay, sure. We need you got just make that a hotkey. I don't know what we got to use that one for. Maybe winning a bet. I don't know. Bayless audio as well. All right.
Unfortunately, we do.
You've seen
numerous, but number one, it's 12 minutes long.
Oh God.
Yes. Well, obviously, we will not be playing it in its entirely, but yes, Skip Bayless, dressed eerily similar to Steve Jobs for some reason. A big fan of the all-black turtleneck these days. Does the Skip Bayless show, and he basically asked his audience to indulge him at the end of his show and said he had a quick tirade to go on. This I'm just going to pick a spot, Joe, in the middle of the tirade. We'll give you some of Skip Bayless's thoughts on Happy Gilmore too.
Okay.
And look, let me say this about Adam Sandler. He obviously has comedic genius, and reportedly he does play golf, but I just do not get the appeal of this character that Adam created and plays. This character is anything but happy. And I don't get this script's scathing attack on it is 18 times funnier than Happy Gilmore 1 and 2 combined. combined. But Caddyshack laughs with golf. Happy Gilmore laughs at golf. And at the rotten core of 1 and 2 is Adam Sandler's character, this sour, foul sociopath who's always a hair trigger away from committing felony assault on anyone who crosses his path.
Are you found that out of nowhere? That's where you found you just out of a 6-minute clip or a 12-minute clip.
12 minutes.
That's what you found?
That's in the first 3 minutes, Joe.
Felony is so wait a second. Okay. Can I agree with him on one thing?
And at the rotten core of 1 and 2 is Adam Sandler's character, this sour, foul sociopath who's always a hair trigger away from committing felony assault on anyone who crosses his path.
Well, yes. Didn't he get arrested? Isn't that part of the story?
Has Skip Bayless ever seen a movie before? Does he know what movies are?
Did you ever see The Longest Yard?
Yes, football players.
They were all arrested.
They're in jail. The blasphemy.
They were all felonies. All felons.
I don't say. He goes on, Joe, too, to talk about how he's offended that Jack Nicklaus and Freddie Couples are part of this blasphemous ridiculing of the legacy of golf.
So everybody in every single sport and entertainment was a part of Happy Gilmore 2, whether it was from golf to wrestling to Eminem, right? Athletes, radio and television personalities. Who wasn't in it? Bad Bunny was in it, music-wise. I mean, I think Sydney Sweeney was in it. Everybody was in it. What genre didn't make the movie?
I'm still focused on Skip.
He really feels that way about the movie.
And I like that in the beginning, he says, Adam Sandler, who allegedly even plays golf, has the gall to do this. What does he think movies are? What does he think Happy Gilmore is? It's supposed to be Augusta National. It's supposed to be all
Sylvester
prestige
Stallone and Over the Top. Was it a bad thing that he was doing arm wrestling fights for his life? Who doesn't even participate in arm wrestling fights? I know I'm going back to the 80s on this one, but anyways, was Patrick Swayze or certain guys, they shouldn't have been roundhouse kicks.
Air Bud. I wonder his thoughts on Air Bud. He must.
Oh yeah,
must really not like those movies.
Does he hate Robin Williams because his character didn't go to Game 6 of the?
Hey, should have gone to the game.
Girl,
just talking to my wife. What a miserable existence Skip Bayless has. Just an absolutely miserable existence. Hey, Skip, it's a stupid movie. Guess what? It's pretty stupid.
I think Caddyshack 1 and 2, 1 is better than Happy Gilmore 1.
Yeah, that's
But isn't that
fine.
what we're going for, though? Happy Gilmore was a stupid movie that got over, right? Adam Sandler was at the height of his career. Bob Barker, it was...
The Price is Wrong.
It's right. It was wrong. But, think of the... Are we really... I can't... What are we...
what are we doing, Skip? Get a hobby. Go outside.
I'm going to stop now.
Hang out with your wife.
Skip Bayless kind of pissed me off now. Can he have fun anymore? Can anyone enjoy Happy Gilmore?
And there's no way that Skip actually cares this much. And I think that's probably the funniest part is that he has worked himself into this, I don't know, character of a human being, this caricature of himself at this point in his career where he has to fake care about Happy Gilmore 2 this much. That's where we're at with Skip Bayless. That's what his career has become.
He has to go the complete way off direction of the movie.
Yeah.
How's he feel about the Naked Gun?
Joe, don't even bring it up. I'm get another 15-minute diatribe on the sanctity of airplanes and flight safety. Can't be making light of it.
Real quick, have you noticed the moon lately?
Good moons this weekend. I believe it was a blood moon this weekend, maybe.
Do you know about this?
No, not really, but I'll pretend.
No, the moon's been like shining,
looking good up there. Did we go to the moon, Joe?
Okay, I think so, Skaz.
That's big of you. Very big of you.
I was told in school, which, again, I tell it to these people, I went to Catholic school.
They do Bigfoot in Catholic school?
But again, Catholic school, whatever they told you, you just had to go along with it. Yep, okay, sure. Uh-huh. I told you, I always ask questions. So wait a second. You mean to tell me? And the teacher would look at me like, dude, you're ruining my course, man. Christmas? Oh, boy. Bigfoot? I don't know if we got that one, guys. I feel like I should text somebody. Maybe somebody who won the 1996 CYO championship. Because St. Brendan's won it in 1998. So that's what I've been told recently. What's today's date? August 9th. Huh?
August 11th. Joe, August 11th. Only 2 days off.
Jeez, I don't even know
Joe
what
versus
day
the
it is.
calendar strikes.
That's right. What do we got for birthdays today?
All right, Joe, taking a quick scrolling. Steve Wozniak's birthday today, a pioneer of the personal computer, a co-founder of Apple. Joe, it is one Hulk Hogan's birthday today.
I knew that. Okay. True or false? Generally, the people who have been dying lately, it's been around their birthday.
It does seem to be a concerning trend as of late.
I don't like it.
It is Joe Jackson's birthday. Not that Joe Jackson, though. The British singer-songwriter. Is she really going out with him?
Is she really going?
That Joe Jackson. He's got some bangers.
Chris Hemsworth, 42 years. Is he handsome?
Very handsome gentleman.
I would say that he is handsome. Joe Rogan. Is he going to be part of the new UFC along with John Anik?
You would have to imagine, yeah.
Okay.
Craig Elo's birthday today.
Big sharpshooter.
Viola Davis.
Okay, I was just about to ask about her because I just saw that it was her birthday. So there you go, birthday day. Not a lot today. Oh, you mentioned Steve Wozniak already.
Former Red Sox Pablo Sandoval's birthday today.
Pablo, what's he doing tonight? You think he's still cashing checks?
Yeah, probably. I would have to imagine.
All those deferred payments?
Yeah.
I think that's it, dude. I don't know any of these people. Oh, well. All right, we got an hour to go. What's Luke doing? Does he want to hang out in studio? Wednesday's his last day, huh? All right, we'll have more coming up next here on the Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub. It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
I have done some research. No, there is no conclusive scientific evidence that Bigfoot was real. I don't think the Bible has that. The Bible could tell you, though, it's true, Skaz, and then everyone would believe it. But it doesn't. Staying away from that one. Luke! Luke! La, 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 Luke. Hi.
Been called a lot of things in my life. I can't say that rendition of my name before, though.
Have you ever heard, Luke, I am your father?
If I had $1 for every time that somebody said that to me in my life, I would be a very, very wealthy man.
What about Luke around and find out?
That's a first for the Sports Hub. Nobody else has ever called me that before, so that's congratulations on being the first for that.
Luke, what you've done?
Never heard that one before. Never.
Okay. So your internship's ending.
Correct, on Wednesday.
How do you feel?
Sad. Grateful, but sad.
What are you going to do the rest of the summer?
I go back in a week.
You go back to school in a week, dude?
I go back on next Thursday, week and a half, yeah.
Where is Ithaca?
Kind of the middle of nowhere. Do you know where Syracuse is?
Yeah, like how far from like Lemoyne?
I have no idea where Lemoyne is.
Oh, you don't know? Oh, look up Lemoyne.
I mean, I've heard of it. Let's see how far it is.
So it's near Syracuse.
It's about an hour away from Syracuse. It's an hour directly south of Syracuse.
Okay.
Lemoyne is in Syracuse, right? Now that you say that?
Yeah, they're near each other, yeah. That's why I was wondering. So it's an hour away.
Lemoyne is directly in Syracuse, and it's about an hour directly south.
I did not know you did play-by-play.
I do.
You still do?
Yeah.
So you're going to do the baseball team?
Well, I mean, this spring I'm going abroad, so I won't.
Oh, where are you going?
Undecided, but probably either Madrid or Barcelona. So I got to decide that within the coming weeks.
So where are you leaning right now?
I've gone back and forth. Today,
what would it be?
Like today, it would probably be Madrid.
Okay. What are the benefits between Madrid versus Barcelona?
Madrid is more of a, so I've been told, more of a travel hub to the rest of Europe. Mm-hmm. Barcelona is right on the water.
Oh,
I love bodies of water.
Me too. But yet Madrid is what you chose. Or choose.
Like if I had a gun to my head today.
Okay.
Thankfully, I don't.
Have you looked into the food or the travel or the hotels or the?
I have. Well, I mean, I'm not going to be staying in a ton of hotels in either of them because I'm going to be staying there for 4 months, 4 or 5 months,
right?
No, I'm going to have student housing. Hopefully, I don't want to do a homestay.
Wow. So, our old intern Katie went abroad as well.
Yeah, where'd she go?
Where'd she go, Skaz? I can't remember now.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Europe, though, you say?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So you're going to do this, and then you're going abroad. When does that happen?
That'll be January till May.
So you'll finish out the rest of this year at school.
Yeah, I'll have the semester.
Come back for
correct.
Christmas.
Fall semester. Come
And
home
then
for Christmas
you're
and
gone.
New Year's, and then I'm gone until, yes.
What are you going to watch the Super Bowl? Have you thought about that?
I stay up very late. I'll find something and I'll.
You still gonna listen to all the baseball podcasts and get all caught up?
I mean, yeah.
Did you see what you missed during?
I saw Roman hit a bomb, and it looks like Correa just hit one. No, okay, gonna be caught. Thank God.
So
Correa still scares me.
What did you think of the weekend for the Red Sox?
Pretty frustrating, but like it's I don't know. It's one. You can't get too high or too low over a course of 162.
Is that like what do they teach you that at school? To like say words like that?
No.
Like that's that.
What the phrase? Don't get too high or too low.
That reminds me of like media training.
I can't say not from media training. No.
Guys, you heard his answer, right? It was very
corporate.
Corporate, yeah. No, I'm not picking on you. It's just that like it's one of whatever. But like Alex Cora, how many one of games have they lost by 1 run or more in the 10th inning this year?
A lot.
22.
And wait. In 10 innings?
They've had over 30 games this year where they've lost a game by 1 run or less.
Yeah.
They're 7-22.
Not good.
7-22.
Not good. I think it's
That's just not a weekend.
Oversimplification. I think it's an oversimplification to put all of that on Cora.
No, all right, so Saturday, you don't think that was Cora's fault?
I admittedly did not watch the entirety.
Do you think Alex Cora should have pulled Giolito and let him out there for 4 straight walks?
Obviously not.
Okay.
Obviously, he should have pulled Giolito. Yes.
How about not reviewing a play where a guy probably was out? And then the next inning, they used it against you.
Well, I will say this about using it against the Sox. That replay took 2 minutes and 55 seconds.
It did.
We got to go with the call on the field. I'm sorry.
So
that is ridiculous.
That I will have a discussion with.
I only saw the game from the 8th inning on.
I think because he wore the hand pad, he couldn't get his fingers down.
I thought Bogarts accidentally pulled him off a little bit.
I also thought he pushed him off.
Yeah.
But
I don't know that Bogarts did it. Yeah.
Push off, have to touch the bag. You just got to surround it on a double play because they want that for safety.
Correct. Yes.
So, you don't have to. If you're just in between the bag on a double play, you don't actually have to touch the bag.
And the runner's always giving themselves up.
Exactly. And he runs out of the base path anyways, which gets him out.
Exactly.
So someone says we're making it complicated, but no,
I think it makes it less complicated.
I think that there needs to be a boom play with a result.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
In this situation, though, he did have too much momentum and couldn't get his fingers down because he had a square protector for his hand. And I think that was the issue why he fell off the bag. Now, was there momentum? Yes. But I think if he could actually use his fingers, his tips, he would have stayed on.
Let me ask you this, Joe. Would you rather have, X number of base runners be thrown out every year because of the oven mitt, or have them once or twice a season completely tear their thumb open?
I would rather the mitt. I would rather just the mitt.
Okay.
But here's the deal. Let me go to another layer.
Please.
We're having stolen bases generally been down over the last few years?
You asking me?
Yeah. People don't really steal bases. Stealing bases isn't really
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it's not a part of the game that it used to be before.
I think it's gone up in recent years though because of the bigger bags and
Right, yeah,
what
the
I'm
last
trying to
2
say
years,
is if we add rules to the bag, does it now minimize more attempts for stolen bases?
It might.
Okay. And that's what I mean about a ghost. Now we got to talk about the ghost runner and other things. So I probably would keep it the same. But at least I think that they should start being proactive about some sort of contact play at the bag. At third, I don't know how to handle that one. On second, I got it. First, you just go straight into the don't take the turn, right?
Wait, how is it any different at third base? I'm lost.
What I'm saying at third is if you have too much momentum, it's a stationary base. So if you go over the bag, that's on you. I know second is because you're what I'm trying to say is, are you generally sliding head first in the third?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, that's my. Yes, I feel like yes.
Okay.
I feel like players slide. Maybe if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. My naked memory is that players slide more feet first into second, head first into third.
I think my point is third base.
If you got a guy in first and you're doing a hit and run, and the guy's going to third, you're going to slide head first into third, no?
Yeah, or pop up, whatever. I just feel like you can overrun the bag more at second than you can at third.
Okay.
Because you have to come to a complete stop at third, or take a turn. Where at second, I know. All right, now we're going.
Yeah, I'm not following, but all right.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay that you don't get it. Garrett Crochet struggled tonight. Do you think something is wrong with Garrett?
No. He's struggled against the Astros in his career. I think that would one start. Come on. 2 starts in a row, we'll have a conversation. One start.
Well, they pushed him back.
I understand. It's an innings concern. It's not. You think that was an injury under the table?
Well, all I'm saying is I just used my eyes, and he was sitting next to Alex Cora after the game.
Yeah, they're probably talking about baseball.
Most of those guys go right into the back.
Sure, mostly.
Am I wrong, Skaz?
Is Garrett Crochet most guys?
I don't. I think Garrett Crochet
is Luke wearing a Red Sox jersey right now? He's got the same getup as Cora. It's a concern that Garrett Crochet's start was pushed back and then he struggled. Yes, I think that should be I'm not saying it's throw up the red flags, hit the panic button, but when the ace of your staff has never pitched this many innings and you find yourself in a playoff race, absolutely you should be a little concerned about it.
And they didn't make a trade. And not for nothing, but like they skipped him in the Astros series last time, right?
Correct.
Because he's struggled against the Astros in his career. Yes.
I don't want Maye being, afraid to start against certain teams. And now I'm not saying Garrett Crochet is afraid to start against.
He's not afraid.
Obviously, that's not what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
Yes, I'm saying I don't want my team protecting an ace. I don't think a true ace does not need to be protected. You send him out there against whoever, wherever. And I do think the Crochet innings thing is the reason for why his start was pushed back. But that should be a concern for Red Sox fans going, deeper into the second half is we don't know what Garrett Crochet looks like after throwing this many innings.
Do you know what his career ERA is in the month of August?
I don't.
5.08.
That's worse than I would have. That's much worse than I would have guessed. Okay.
It's scary. Normally those guys go right to the back. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not worried about tonight.
Okay.
But
if it happens again, I will be worried. But it's one.
What if we find out tomorrow they're going to just skip him a day?
Yeah, then yes, sure. But if he starts against the Marlins this weekend and he goes 6 shot, like
so I've called the Red Sox a playoff team, and I said they have just as good a chance as anybody. Said that this year on the record saying that. If they lose tonight, and again it's 7-6, Roman Anthony kept them in the game against the Padres. Keep him in the game tonight. Like at some point, Luke, we will talk more about the importance of Roman Anthony to the Red Sox.
Please, yeah.
Crochet's importance is probably the biggest, right?
Yes.
Out of everybody on the team?
Crochet and Bregman are 1A and 1B.
Okay. So it has to be Roman Anthony and then probably Chapman, right?
Probably, yeah.
Like that's your core of the team.
Yeah.
But what's happening
this season, yes.
What's happening right now, though, is Story's being Story. Historically what he is. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Toro's now starting to tank. Rafaela's going into the tank. Like, can Abreu get back on track? Let's find out, right? I'm just saying that the guys who we just mentioned that were at the top have been pretty consistent. There are still those other guys that we don't know. And now Giolito, Brian Bayo, right? Now we're back to wondering if those guys are top of the rotation guys. Can Dustin May do it again this week? Who do they go to now in the bullpen? But you know what I mean? Like now the team looks like it has its problems. And I know that they've been hot, but potentially they lose 3 in a row tonight, and your closer who's been a stopper, it's a concern.
You're more concerned than I am after the last 4 games.
Who pitches tomorrow?
Not certain. Let's check that.
Because like you're only as good as your next game. Like whenever they have good wins like this, it's almost like who do you get the next night?
Dustin May tomorrow night, Joe.
Oh, your boy.
Excuse me.
You just said he sucked. I heard you. But that's what I'm trying to tell you is you just lost now. And now Dustin May is going. Do you feel the pressure?
Who said the Red Sox it's in the 8th inning?
If.
Okay. I'm just going to say a lot of baseball left. Now I realize how I sound like I'm working for the team, but
it's an oversimplification.
Objectively more baseball. Joe, is the game over tonight?
I wouldn't say there's a lot of baseball left.
4 outs to work with.
I once heard a man tell me that it's I talk, you talk. We have a show to do today is what I've heard before. So the game is not over yet. But hypothetically, they lose tonight.
Okay.
How do you feel about Dustin May on the mound tomorrow?
Not good. Not good.
So will you feel the same tomorrow? Or will you
about
feel
Dustin
worse?
May?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll feel the same.
Okay, if they lose...
My opinion on Dustin May will not change overnight.
The Red Sox, how will you feel about the Red Sox tomorrow if they lose tonight and tomorrow?
Not good. Worse. It gets believe it or not, it gets worse with every loss.
He's now following what I'm saying.
But it's also been, 3 losses in the last 4 games?
So nothing to see here. No.
It's not that it's nothing to see here. It's just you lose 3 out of 4 a lot over the course of 162.
It's an oversimplification.
I'm not hitting the panic button immediately.
Whoa, how do you say this guy's name?
You're asking the wrong guy.
Well, you're the play-by-play guy.
I don't have the stat sheet in front of me for this one tonight.
De Los
If I had a pronunciation guide, I would help you out, Joe.
All right, well, Rob Refschneider's at the plate. Greg is in New Hampshire. Hi, Greg.
Hey, Joe. Honored to be on the radio with you. I know that sounds crazy, but with the same age bracket, I put you with the Eddie Endelman to Ted Sarandis.
Hang on. I used to work for the Eddie Endelman at 1510 The Zone. So I was I was a board op when he did his shows.
Well, we're the same age bracket. I've been listening to radio a long time.
Telling me I'm like Eddie Endelman, dude, that's high praise, bro.
I mean, you do food like he does food.
I don't do food like they do food, bro. They got their own empire.
Bro, when you guys talk food, you guys can talk.
But that's because I love food,
everything, culture, everything. You're one of my favorite people.
No, I thank you, but I want you to know though that they have like a brand and like a TV show.
He was like the hot dog safari guy. I know you don't have the hot dog safari.
I know. What do you think I should start? Like if I was,
I don't know. I think it would be. I don't think it'd be a pizza thing. I think there's another guy that's got that going on the. I don't know. Maybe like a meat sandwich. Maybe like a roast beef thing. Maybe
yeah,
I think.
I got another guy that covers that.
Oh yeah. So what do you think? You think it's Cora's fault? I mean, the players play, the coaches coach. This is what the call was supposed to be about. Not that I just like hail to the Joe thing, but although
hail to the Joe, I like that. Hail to the Joe.
But do you think my father-in-law's a Yankees fan. He's from New Jersey, and he said, I wish we had Cora. If the Yankees had Cora, we'd be winning so many games. I hate Aaron Boone. Does it really matter? Or, I mean, we lost a lot of one-run games this year. A ton.
A lot. So let's ask Luke. Luke, is it?
Yeah, you guys have been giving him a hard time.
No, he's our intern. It's his last day on Wednesday.
He's a baby, though.
You think I'm giving him a hard time?
A little bit. The poor kid.
Well, ask him the question. Ask him what you asked me.
Oh, is Cora's head on the line? He's making $7 million a year. He doesn't critique the team anymore. He's like you. He's a team guy like you, man. I mean, is it Cora's fault? I mean, he doesn't even critique the team anymore.
Is what Cora's fault? The Red Sox being in a playoff spot?
Well, they're not.
They
are in a playoff. What are you talking about?
I think they'll make the playoffs. But do you think that he's the coach to lead us to the? I mean, he won 1 in 18, but they were stacked.
I probably not. Yes, I would agree. Probably not. The time the Red Sox win the next World Series, I would highly doubt that Alex Cora is the manager for that. I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Because of Cora or because of the team?
Both. Mainly
Okay.
the team. 80% the team.
80%, 80-20. Okay.
Well, I think actually saying Cora or the team completely leaves why is the front office and Craig Breslow not getting any responsibility?
I mean, we could use a bat. We could definitely use a bat for sure. If not a starting
they can
pitcher,
use a bat, a couple
use...
bullpen arms, and a couple starters.
No, they believe in not spending money. I think. I don't know.
You really think I'm like Ted Sarandis?
He was one of my favorites to listen to. You're not as long-winded as him, but he was just one of my favorites. I just meant one of my favorites when I said that. Not like he was more long-winded than you.
I respect him. Remember he used to do college BC basketball?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. Awesome. I go way back. Dana Barros. Pardon my French. Oh, my God, I just swore. Love you guys.
Oh, gotta go. Bye-bye. Thank you. Luke, did you give an answer?
I think.
What was your answer?
What was the question?
He asked you. I don't know.
Yeah, he asked me how much of it was. Yes.
You said 80-20.
I said 80-20 Cora, and then I said it was, completely leaving out the front office and Breslow, or the ownership and Breslow.
80% of the problem this year.
If you're only saying no, hold on. If you're only saying players and coaches between Cora himself, well, this is not just a coaching staff, just Cora himself and the players. 80% on the players, 20% on Cora.
80. So Cora is only 20% to blame for this season.
And I think if you include the front office and ownership, it's even lower than that. So you have Pete Fatsie higher than Cora?
The players are
a lot of them.
More
yeah,
of the problem?
A lot of them. Look, Cora is not free of fault.
Hey,
absolutely.
Listen, I am not great at math. That's why I call it Joe math.
Okay.
But you're telling me that you think the players are the bigger problem than the manager?
I think the biggest problem was the front office and the ownership. It's not Alex Cora's fault that Roman Anthony wasn't on the team at the beginning of the year. I'm sorry, it's not. It's not Alex Cora's fault that Marcelo Maye was injured. It is not. It's not Alex Cora's fault for the way they handled Christian Campbell. It's not Alex Cora's fault for Christian Campbell's struggles.
What about Rafael Devers?
Everybody has a piece of blame pie there. Everybody. You would even agree with me on that.
I don't know if I'd go 80% players, but
no. Just on the Devers front.
He didn't ask me.
Just on the Devers front. I mean,
I told him to ask you the question.
But you would agree on the Devers front. Everybody deserves a slice of blame pie.
Cora has so overall, like, not being cheeky, I think that this could be the best team in baseball if their manager actually cared early on in the season. And I know they have a lot of flaws, but record-wise, they'd be the best team. I just looked it up. They're in second wild card. The Yankees are right behind them, tied.
They're not tied.
Well, according to whatever this MLB.com says, because they won.
So the Yankees are a game and a half back. If the Red Sox lose tonight,
you're looking won tonight.
Yeah, the Yankees. Yes, so they're 2 games back, and they would be a game and a half back.
Yeah, I'm looking at the standings.
Yeah,
ESPN is giving me the information.
Oh, don't ever look on baseball on ESPN.
Well, unfortunately,
seriously.
This is where I'm at right now because I'm doing a live radio show with you.
Again, Joe, believe it or not, it is not Alex Cora's fault that they did not get Joe Ryan at the trade deadline.
So 20% of the blame, Cora.
If you're only slicing it up between Cora and the roster, yes, that's my opinion.
Okay. We got an answer. Are you doing the headline here or am I?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, cool. Do you know the sponsor?
I don't, actually. I'm going to need that, Joe, please. Do you want to hit it?
I can do the headline. You do the read.
Sure.
All right, next on the Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
The Red Sox are currently trailing the Astros 7-6 in the bottom of the 8th inning in Houston. Alex Bregman back in his former
Quick, smelly.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
98.5 The Sports Hub. Well, I mean, this is breaking news. We don't have to do the sounder or anything like that, but you know who Taylor Swift is, right, Luke?
I've heard of her, yes.
Are you a fan?
No, I wouldn't say fan.
You're not a fan, huh?
No, I don't hate her, but I'm not a fan, no.
Taylor Swift is doing a podcast.
Such a nice color on you.
Yes, I know. It's the color of your eyes, sweetie. That's why we match so well.
We're about to do a podcast.
Okay.
You gonna tune in, Joe?
I will. But here's the deal. The reason why I like Taylor is because I wonder about her. Is that weird?
When phrased like that, a little bit.
Okay,
yeah.
all right, let me rephrase. There's a wonder. I know. There's a wonder of Taylor Swift, right? She's this super famous person with really no access, right? So when she does something, it's like, hey, it's Taylor. Look what she's doing. It's great. But there's something like mysterious about her too, because she's so popular and like it's. But now she's just gonna let it out in a podcast. Like, I want to hear her songs. I want to hear her talk about stuff in her music. You know what though? She's gonna come out way better than him. They always do.
I also don't think you're going to get like anything. I mean, maybe I'll be proven wrong very quickly, but I don't think you're going to get like anything groundbreaking. I think it's going to be a lot of grab ass.
I don't know. Do you think we find out what makes Taylor